Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on YouTube, join our cult. Hello and welcome, everyone, to a happy Easter edition of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast. Easter weekend to some, a happy WrestleMania X7 / Michael Barrymore pool party anniversary weekend to others. Yes, they were the same weekend. I'm as shocked as you.
No way.
I'm shocked. This is Ross Twiddell. How are you doing?
What a smart young gentleman you are, Maffew. Dressed up for the occasion today. For audio listeners, he's wearing a tie, which he's going to lift up and show you the reference of right now.
That's
Look
right.
at that. It's a
JoJo.
JoJo.
Yeah.
WWE ring announcer JoJo.
Yes, that's right. Hands of the JoJo tie to impress Bray Wyatt. How are you this fine week, pal?
I'm not too bad. It's been a topsy-turvy one for me because this week I had to break the news to everybody that the weekly sort of WTF Moments videos on the channel are coming to an end just after WrestleMania. And I was fearing the worst, the reaction of that, because everyone hates change. No matter whether you have to do it or you don't have to do it, we had to do it in this situation. But thankfully, it's been sort of 95 to 97% positive, I would say. Not in terms of like people going, yeah, good, get it away, get it, but in terms of people being supportive and nice about it. So yeah, thank everyone who sent me a tweet or a comment on the video or whatever. But it's much appreciated. And then Mark Goldbridge, the Straight to Hell, went live yesterday, and the mentions went like that. So it's been a topsy-turvy old week, Maffew. How are you doing?
I'm grand. I woke up late, slept through my alarm, always good. So I had to cram a lot of stuff in, and it's all worked out great. Got my hair done, washed, and yeah, put on a nice shirt. I'm talking with two of my favourite people in the world right now. Everything's good. Let's hope Jack's will say the same. Oh, it's going to be really awkward if we've got two people really happy and Jack's miserable. Jack, what have you got for us?
I'm in a good mood as well.
Hey.
I went on a big long walk last night and my legs are killing. But apart from that, I feel good, feel refreshed from it. Got stopped by the police at one point.
What were you doing?
Nothing, I wasn't doing anything, but I walked, you know Hadrian's Walk along the, like, round Wall's End and Walker all the way down. And I got through St. Peter's Basin, right? One for the slim percentage of people listening who are from the area. And there was a police car. And the area that I just walked through is quite a quiet, dark area at night. And there was a police car pulling up, and it stopped next to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And the officer inside went like, excuse me, have you seen a man dressed in a grey hoodie on his phone? And I went, no, sorry, no, I haven't. And I kept going. He was like, all right, no worries, have a good night and all that. Kept going, and then I thought, like, an hour before, I'd passed someone in a grey jumper on his phone, but not on his phone, like looking at his phone. And then I thought, did the policeman mean on looking at his phone rather than on his phone? And I'm worried that I've just let some like horrible criminal get away. I know.
I'm shocked and appalled that you didn't pin that guy down and put his arm behind his back and then call the police. Yeah. You know, citizen's arrest and all that stuff.
Just on instinct when I first walked past him. Like, he's up to no good. He was bigger than me.
So what you're saying is, Jack, you let the criminal go past because it wasn't your problem. And basically what you're saying is you had the very first 15 minutes or so of Spider-Man.
Yeah, I told this story on Twitch and someone did say, is this Jack's Peter Parker origin story? He's gonna rob our house and batter Owen. I'm gonna feel terrible.
Yeah. When I came back, all my Football Manager saves had been wiped. Good times. Well, it's good we're all doing well. Got the new section to go through. I'll get the miserable bit out the way first, as people watch the lovely stream I did on Sunday will know. Found out that Blade Braxton passed away unexpectedly a few days ago. Just to summarise a bit, because I know there's the very young and the very old who watch these shows and listen to us. Blade Braxton was somebody who contributed massively to the website WrestleCrap. To a few people, a few generations earlier, this was a big deal, websites like WrestleCrap back in the day. And even though R.D. Reynolds was the dad of WrestleCrap.com, Blade Braxton was easily the Uncle Buck of the operation. He'd come along, good times, talk crap. He'd be like, yay, Blade's here. And a huge influence on me. I discovered WrestleCrap on my school's PCs were supposed to be working during IT lessons. Discovered that, loved it, and kept on listening and watching all these amazing, stupid podcasts they do for 6.5 hours. So if you think I was along, just saying, back in the day. And I'm very touched and flattered by the fact that I got to meet him thanks to StarCast. I met him in Chicago and then in Vegas, and it was like talking to someone, even though it was the first time we met, talking to someone we'd known for years. So all we done is just follow each other's work. We talked for hours about complete crap. We ate crap food together, we drank crap beer together, and it was great. Loved it. And then he came over last year to do some filming for the Trauma film, which hasn't been finished yet, obviously, because of COVID. And I'm very flattered for the fact that I've got to meet him and hang out with him and let him know what an influence he was on me. And yeah, again, sorry for the sour, but it's me in a weird spot because people like that, because they weren't around in the YouTube period or the Facebook or Twitter period, almost like the Stone Age for some people who aren't appreciative of the people who've come before us. Like when Larry Zonka passed last year and stuff like that. So I won't take too much time, but I just want to say like a big shout out and much appreciated to Blade Braxton and Andy Reynolds, everybody else, and condolences to him and his family and everything else. And yeah, I mean, you two example. I mean, did you remember Wrestle Crap? Was that an influence on you at all?
Yeah, 100%. It was one of those things, like you say, before the YouTube wrestling era. It was websites like Wrestle Crap where you got where I learned about a lot of the funniest and most infamous incidents in wrestling history. It's just so entertaining, and yeah, it's a massive shame.
Yeah. And yourself, Ross?
That was before my time. Well, not before my time, but before, it wasn't part of my wrestling experience back in the day. But I've read many positive things about him over the past week, obviously, and it's nice to read, isn't it? Yeah. Nice tribute from you on the podcast, Maffew.
I'm doing my best, but thank you very much. And yeah, thanks to people who sent me DMs and stuff like that. I mean, I much appreciate it. And I'll tell you what, I was doing all right, all fine, spent a few days being miserable, that's normal. Went to Morrison's and went and got a bag, and the guy who's serving us, bit of crack, it's all right. And he went, and if I don't see you, have a nice Easter. And I hit as hard, because obviously he meant if you don't come to Morrison's or whatever, if I don't see you, because he was a bit old. So I'm like, well, in case he's not here. I'm like, oh no. So I was a quivering wreck walking from Morrison's, but I'm all right now. Well, I'll just look at the positive. Look, hey, take your time to tell people that you like them, so they know, and the people you love that you love them, because it might be the last time to get a time to do so. So with that lovely, miserable bit out the way, a bit emotional stuff, let's go back to talking crap and being silly as always. Sorry, I just felt the need to shove that in. The big news this week, Andrade's interview with Hugo Savinovich. Let's see. The whole thing is worth reading. It's been translated a bunch of places. And the best bits are obviously on the Cultaholic news section of the Cultaholic website. Thanks to Aidan Gibbons, who is what, Jack?
He's our resident Lesser News Ape.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's why you said it. Andrade said he's been cleared to wrestle since November, but Triple H and Vince weren't aware. That's why he didn't do anything for months. Charlotte was told by the WWE doctor, all right, your HCG levels are high, you're pregnant. You are medically suspended, and the Lacey Evans thing is off. Charlotte then went and get herself tested and found out, no, I am not preggers. And then she found out later on she had COVID, so she definitely off WrestleMania. But yeah, probably the doctors at WWE are like, nah, you're pregnant.
Yeah, it was weird. Charlotte's camp came out and clarified, because they said that while Andrade's intentions were true, some things might have got lost in translation a bit. So it sounds like a messy situation all round. But just that combined with the whole him being injured and Vince not realizing thing just sounds really disorganized, doesn't it? I know that it's been a really hard year for everyone, and the things are often done on the fly now because it's just hard to organize stuff. But it does sound a bit, I don't know, sounds like almost like the roster's too big and they can't keep track of everybody.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. He also told more stuff about the Saudi Arabia situation. And I forgot, I lost track of how that story progressed, but I seem to remember WWE going, no, it's fine, that's fine. Don't listen to those news, those dirt sheets. Ooh, Meltzer, that's fine. Everything was fine. And all we had was, Brody Lee taking that photo of him, like, not looking impressed, but not saying anything. And now everyone else is like, no, it did happen. So, and then the final bit that I liked, he said he doesn't think the English barrier was the reason for the lack of push, as Ricochet and Kalisto speak it, and they're not getting pushed. Also, Brock Lesnar can speak English, but chooses not to, and he got a big push.
Wait. Ricochet? From Kentucky, or wherever he's from?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, right, yeah, I realise I'm saying that now. But yeah, like, people who can speak English but aren't getting pushed. So.
Oh right, I thought he was implying that Ricochet's second language was English.
Right, yeah.
Right. I've got it.
It's like Sabu in his book saying. Oh, by the way, again, it's just got to insert this in. Reading in Sabu's book, which I love, but he was a TV champ at the time, and he was asked to lose to JT Smith. He went, nah, he's a bit crap, I don't want to lose to him. So lost to Taz instead. And then JT Smith came up to him backstage and went, did you not want to lose to me because I'm black? And Sabu went, no, I lost to Taz, and he's black. And JT Smith went, oh yeah, fair enough. And Sabu doesn't add on, by the way, Taz isn't black, that's the joke. So I think Sabu still thinks Taz is black. Anyway, I thought they need to share that amazing moment because why would you not? And did you any other thoughts on the Andrade interview?
It was very candid, wasn't it? It was very interesting. I think that he's done a very brave and admirable thing because he walked away from a hell of an amount of money, if he's telling the truth, to go and do his own thing. And hopefully it pays off for him. I think it probably will because he's really, really good.
I echo exactly what Jack said there.
Good times. Charly Caruso announces she's joining ESPN. She also dismissed online speculation about her relationship with WWE and says she's left the company in a positive manner. There was always going to be chatter, Caruso told TV Insider. The contract was coming up. Instead of renewing, I'm moving on. Everyone's going to have their own opinions regardless. I never had any issues while I was at WWE.
Fair enough.
What do you mean?
Is it weird how cynical I am now? She's just saying that.
I can understand why she'd say that, even if there were issues, because, she wants to move on in her career without any speculation or issues.
I'll just say, boo, Dave Meltzer, boo. Boo, Wade Keller, boo.
Boo.
Boo, Mike. What's the other one?
Johnson.
Boo.
Oh, yeah, Mike Johnson.
He's a good one, isn't he?
He's good, yeah, Mike Johnson's good.
NXT officially heading to Tuesdays now.
But it's not because they've lost the war.
They've
Right.
been bullied.
Triple H said, according to Meltzer, that...
Right after we say boom,
Triple H said, he called a meeting and said, it sounded like weird, 1984 doublethink, because he said, Wednesday's always been our night of the week. And then another company came along and bullied us. But now that we're on Tuesday, and Tuesday's all hours now, and with the lead-in from Raw, it's going to be great. And I was like, you've missed a bit out there where surely, I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not too up on my military, Ross. Can you tell us, two Jeeps reverse? Oh, sorry, tanks. Did tanks reverse? I don't know.
They do full pirouettes and everything on the spot, don't they?
Oh, well, this one did.
Yeah.
NXT. Sorry, go on.
Just insert the Pissant Company line there from the Hall of Fame back. Yeah, that's all. As an AEW shill, obviously, on the podcast, thank you, take care for all of your money each and every week, which definitely happens. It just makes you think of that, doesn't it? Bullied is a weird... That can't be true, surely. That's got to be a lie.
They might have paraphrased him. Whoever Meltzer's source is might have said, this is vaguely what Triple H said. I don't know if he actually went, they've been bullying us. Because he's the game, he wouldn't say that.
There was a translation issue.
Yeah.
But people think NXT are going to have it all right with Tuesday being free. Tuesday is not free. They are going head to head with AEW Dark. They're done. R.I.P. NXT.
Oh, dear.
You used to be good. America's Most Wanted reunited on Impact. Knock knock. Who's there?
Chris Harris. Well, Braden. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. His name is Chris Harris. He didn't show up as Braden Walker. Bloody hell. So that's nice.
It's cool.
Happy memories with them. And James Storm celebrating his 1,000th match.
I did a news video with Tom on this, and Tom said 1,000. That's not true, is it? And I went, yeah, of course it's not. And now I thought about it more. Is it?
Of course it is.
Could it be?
Yeah.
There's 365 days in the year.
It's 52 weeks, but there's only 52 weeks.
Yeah, but double shots on Sundays, remember?
Yeah. What he did was he travelled through time zones so that...
Oh my God.
I love that Hulk Hogan one, where he said he wrestled 400 times in a year or something because of the time zone difference in Japan.
It was still tomorrow, brother.
Yeah.
William Shatner announced for the Hall of Fame.
What?
Sadly, not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but the WWE one.
Really? I missed this.
Yeah.
You missed this? What a week for news. Yes, the Shat is back. And
Why is he in it?
Because he did that meme video where he read out Superstar's theme in his voice.
Yeah.
I'm just a sexy boy.
That was great, but that's all I can think of.
And he was on an episode of Raw in 94 or 95 where promote Tech War.
Oh.
And he punched Jerry Lawler.
Okay.
Punched somebody.
What's Tech War?
Exactly. They were saying that the week afterwards.
That sounds like a Channel 5 show that should be hosted by Otis from Short Change. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes. What a program.
Yeah.
Was Otis the aardvark? No, Otis was the man.
He's a human man.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, I thought you meant Otis.
Who was the aardvark? Was that also Otis?
That was Otis, yeah. He was a couple of years before Otis the human, though.
Otis the human, the guy with dreadlocks. He had dreadlocks in here.
I think he had short hair.
Oh, damn it! I've got the total wrong person.
He went to my uni. He was one of my uni alumni, like famous people. It was like Otis from Short Change is there.
Nice.
Wow.
University of Sunderland, one of the best ones. Obviously, one of the best.
Obviously. Brian Kendrick announces retirement.
Oh.
And this is obviously former WWE champion for a few seconds for some people because, look, those scramble matches in 08 were fine. The rules made complete sense until Lawler and Ross read them out. And it suddenly didn't make any sense at all. So, yeah, for some people still insist on going to Wikipedia and go to Brian Kendrick's page and put titles won, W champion. So, yeah, love Brian Kendrick. He's still a twink to me. What's your favourite Brian Kendrick moment, Jack?
You know what? It might be, and this sounds really silly because he's done so much, but it might actually be his run in the Cruiserweight Classic.
Yeah.
They had some cracking matches in that. And you had Daniel Bryan on commentary just openly supporting him, which was really good as well. He deserved a retirement match. He deserved a bigger moment, Kendrick. That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
How about yourself, Ross?
I remember his Spanky theme being used on an advert for the Hoppins on Metro Radio. Hey, yo! That one. That is my main abiding memory of Brian Kendrick's wrestling career. It's the fact that his theme was on a Hoppins advert on Metro Radio. It's the interview with... I know it's got nothing to do with his wrestling career, but it's the interview with Paul London, isn't it? Of course it is. Far supersedes anything he did in wrestling.
For those who don't know, the Hoppings is a travelling fair which comes to Newcastle once a year, and it is dangerous. Like, I'm not a fan of the Hoppings. I once saw sparks fall from the top of the roof of the bumper car thing and land on a little girl, and she cried. I genuinely, it was awful.
She not breathe the smoke and up her nose like Goldberg and then go...
Back in the bumper car. Let's go. It's a terrifying place, especially on Danger Night when they haven't tested the ride yet.
That's a concept I never get my head around is Danger Night. Why would you go to Danger Night? They've just put everything up, haven't checked all the nuts and bolts are in properly. I'll get on it. I'll prove it. Aye.
Yeah, if you're really hard, you go on Danger Night because you're hard enough to shake off a massive fairground ride collapsing.
That's it. You bring your lass or something like, wait, I'll prove you how tough I am on a dodgy roller coaster.
This is why I'm absolutely petrified of any sort of roller coaster or theme park ride or anything. Because we went when I was maybe 9 or something like that. And you know the one where you sort of stand up and you get chained in, it spins around.
Yeah.
Like a washing machine.
I
wasn't in the ride myself because I was scared of that one already. But this is the final nail in the coffin for me in theme parks. Just seeing a 9-year-old kid, whee, fly.
No.
Out of that, when it was going full pelt, I was like, never you will see me on a roller coaster. And then I got tricked into going on one at Disneyland Paris, but that's besides the point. But that's the dangers of Danger Night. So kids, if you hear your pals going to Danger Night, don't go.
I love that we need to tell people, don't go to Danger Night. But there's nothing to give it away. What's bad about it? Oh, I see. Right. Bloody hell.
Sounds like a wrestling show. That's happening over WrestleMania weekend, I think. Danger Night.
I was about to say, I've gotten the news. Did you know this? Because I, Mr. used to love the indies but doesn't really care about it anymore, was only informed this week that there are 10 independent wrestling TV shows running WrestleMania weekend and 10 Game Changer wrestling shows.
Yeah.
Running across those 3 days. I thought they were doing like 1 or 2 maybe. I didn't realize we're going full pelt.
No, yeah.
As if there isn't a pandemic, as if there isn't all the international fans that rely upon to come to these shows, and as if everything's normal.
Well, it's very questionable, but we're still going to try and make money out of it because I'm doing a video on 10 matches you need to see over WrestleMania weekend. That's going out next week at some point.
Fantastic. I can't wait to see the dozens and dozens of hits.
Maffew, there are matches there that are ridiculous. I'll give you
like
two.
what, Jack?
I'll give you two examples, right? I think it's Loki versus Leo Rush is happening at one.
Never.
And also Sue Young versus G Raver.
Okay.
Yeah, and that'll be like a death match of sorts. I don't know. I haven't got a clue what that's
Better
gonna
be.
Well, yeah, but I didn't know Sue Young could do death match.
Yeah. Oh, of course, Loki will be doing it. He doesn't think COVID's a thing.
Yeah, well,
I'd be interested to see, because famously WWE have got that waiver they're making everyone going to WrestleMania 37 sign. Like, you might get it here, but you can't blame us. I wonder if all these independent companies have the same thing going on as well.
oh, and sorry, I'm completely taken away from the severity of your point there, but also Flash Funk's going to be there as well.
Well, you need to get a waiver signed when Flash Funk's in the building, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Flash Funk will just give COVID a moonsault leg drop. He'll be all right.
Yeah.
Wait, I love that they call him Flash Funk, by the way. Not too
I don't know why.
Scorpio.
I don't know why I've gone for that.
Also, Leaf Cassidy will be in attendance. But yeah, hey, best of luck to all those people there. Hope you have a good time. But I was shocked. Again, in England, we've just had a bit of it lifted where you can hang out with people outside, but at the same time, government's like, don't go crazy.
Yeah, I was speaking. I've got a big spoiler here, everybody. I did this straight to hell with Gable Steveson, who is the next Brock Lesnar, basically that fella. And he was like, "Oh, what's the latest over there?" And I was like, "Oh, basically, we're allowed now to go outside with like 5 other people, or maybe go to a different household." He was lost for words. He couldn't believe it. He was like, "My God, that's going slow, isn't it?" Yeah.
Right. Oh, so we're the bad ones. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Oh, fair play then in Florida. Have fun.
No, he was. I'm not saying that he's like a COVID denier or anything. He was just shocked at like how different it is compared to where he is.
Right.
He's,
Like
I think
how-
he's in Texas at the moment. It's very much different there. So
Like, we're shocked how open it is over there. It's just wherever you're not, it's going to seem so weird. Yeah. But I do think that taking it slow might be the best thing.
of course it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen when everything goes back to normal. I'm so used to everything now.
I don't know how I'm going to handle being in a room with like more than 5 other people. Just stop panicking.
Just everything should be outdoors now. Everything.
Yeah.
It's good because people are going to come up and like shake your hand or whatever. You're like, whoa. He's like, no, there's a pandemic. I know, but now we know what that does. Nah, get away from us.
Yeah.
And the last news is Mario is dead.
Oh, yes,
Because,
Super Mario.
Yes, they're removing some of the games off the store of Nintendo Switch, and you won't be able to buy them until popularity.
I
brings them back.
thought you meant mid noughties pop sensation Mario there for a second.
Of course you did. Mario's present shortchange.
You should let me love you.
Do you know who wrote that song?
Was it not Mario?
Neo?
Oh,
Yeah, Neo. Not Neo from the Matrix. Neo the...
Yo.
Yeah. He wrote that before he was famous and then decided, actually, I can sing as well, so I'll just sing my own songs instead. And it worked for him, so...
That would be up there with his best songs as well, though, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's a fantastic song.
Yeah.
Oh. It's probably better than any Neo song, I think.
Closer. There's a Neo song, isn't it?
Miss Independent.
She
That's
moves
a good
like a
one.
boss. Talks like a boss. What's your favourite Neo song, Maffew?
The last one.
Yeah.
On that happy note, that was the news. Let's move on.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Let's have a look at everyone's favourite segment, the Hall of Fame. And in condescending order from last week, Team Bischoff versus Team Austin from Survivor Series 2003, 17%.
Shame.
Still a hell of a match though, Jack.
Very, very good.
Kane, 38%. Still a hell of a mayor though, Ross.
No. Well, no, I was more the wrestler, you know.
Fair enough. And
I couldn't give a toss about the politics, personally. I just really enjoyed his wrestling career.
that's fair enough. He's a good wrestler. But not as good as the number one pick last week, Sheamus. 45%. Very deserved. Going to pat myself on the back there.
As the top comment on last week's podcast pointed out, Maffew, you stole my Sheamus arse licking from the week prior and made it your Hall of Fame pick the next week, which is a flex, I think they call it in the youth of today.
Am I now flexing on you and your Hall of Fame? Wow, this is storyline development. This is something AEW would be proud of. Fantastic.
So I'm
Next
gonna
week, Ross's trousers.
here throw down a flex off Maffew. So I'll hear your Hall of Fame pick because you won last week. Then I'll try and flex it off the top spot, right? You've done it now. You've got to make a big mistake.
This is
Oh no!
it's turning into
Now he's
Triple H.
quoting the best Undertaker theme at me. Oh no!
Turning into Triple H Scott Steiner. You're having a pose down essentially.
Who is who
Yeah.
in that situation? Who's the Steiner?
Oh, watch out, Jack!
God, I don't even know where to begin. I feel like when you are both presenting, Matthew's a bit more calculated. Ross is a bit more of like just punch you in the face presenting style. So I think Ross is the Steiner in this scenario. Matthew's the game.
I'll take that.
And what do we call the game, Jack?
Triple H?
The that's right. But
The
it's a
cerebral assassin. Right.
And why is that?
Because he thinks more.
That's right. Point at my head, baby, smart. So the smartest Hall of Fame pick from this webcam is the Arcade Anarchy match from this week's AEW Dynamite. Now, the Kip Sabian, Miro, Chuck, Trent, Orange thing, it's not been the best thing on AEW. I'm not going to say that. I mean, it's one of these weird things where I like the guys individually, but for some reason it hasn't really come together because it's like, you know, AEW's typical, hey, remember WWE thing? But this was the big meaty blow-off. This is a BLT with the bacon still drippings. It's just being cooked out of the thing here. Proper arcade cabinets. And by that I mean the car was obviously proper ones like Primal Rage and Mortal Kombat. Obviously the one Miro picked up over his head wasn't a real one. We had Whack-A-Mole spots. We had Excalibur quoting Garth Marenghi because Chuck Taylor came off the Mortal Kombat arcade cabinet and Jim Ross went, wow, that's appropriate. They're engaging in Mortal Kombat. And he went, yes, well, I know writers who use subtext. You're all cowards. Which is a quote that I still use today. Often about AEW with their brass ring. Just saying. So it's nice that they've weaponized their own criticism. Chris Statlander making a return in the alien or the UFO capture thing. Mm-hmm. I guess because that's
I ruffled it at me. Quite literally ruffled. Fell out my seat nearly, just laughing.
I
What
thought
a
it was
fantastic
superb.
reveal that was.
Yeah. Was she in there the whole match, crouched down?
Must have been.
That's uncomfortable.
And fair play for them that they're not doing a bit where mid-match Kip Sabian goes, oh, hello, I'm going to catch a UFO, and then does it, and then hits it, and she pops up. He's like, oh.
Oh, but that would have been good as well. Just a serious face slowly like emerging from the thing.
Oh boy, I've always wanted Chris Statlander, you know. So that, and then Trent's mum returning. She's got a bigger pop out of me than Trent himself.
No. Trent is my favourite babyface ever. He's so good. I love him so much. I don't know why. I can't even explain. There's just something about him. I just want him to win. He's now the wrestler in AEW that I support like a football team. I want him to win every match. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's great.
I like that he shows up and he can't be asked. It's that look of his face. Even if it's like a tag title match, he's just like...
That is not the look on his face. He was intense. He was intense.
Oh, is that what it was?
He picked up his boys and he was like, come on, let's get them.
Yeah.
And then Miro fought them all off and I was like, this is insane. And then he went for Sue. Oh my God, it was so good. Sorry, I was a massive fan of this match. I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, Miro looking impressive.
I was gonna pick it, but you've got there. So I'll let you go. I'll let you go for it.
I'm sorry. But yeah, Miro looking impressive. Miro, I think he spent the last few weeks, like a few months even, going, I don't want to be Rusev light. I want to be the gamer, the best man. And everyone's like, can you just be Rusev again, please? And just smash people. And it's like, all right, so this is the week you start doing it. And yeah, and it also means the best thing is this is all over now. It's all our. They can move on to something else. Fantastic blow-off, lots of returns. It is my pick for the Hall of Fame this week.
That's a fantastic pick. I mean, it should win.
Did you have to build tension to simmer? You can be the quiet match. Like the Cruiserweight 205 Live match in between title matches on the pay-per-view from 2016 until we get to Ross's pick who's going to defeat me. Jack, what is your pick?
The concept of sportsmanship. So basically, I was going to... Look at you both. I was going to go for that match, but obviously I had to think of one on the fly. And I was reminded of an incident by one of my friends that happened quite a few years ago to me now. And I, at the time, thought I was completely in the right. Now I think I might have been in the wrong. And so I'm going to recap this incident for you, and then you can give feedback. But my overall pick is, because of that, the concept of sportsmanship. So I was playing basketball for Josephine Butler College against the Durham International School, right? and I was the captain, and the other captain and me got into a big argument, because in the middle of the game, one of their players was dribbling up the court, right? Bear in mind, I want you to know who's in the wrong here. And there was no referee because sometimes the refs just wouldn't show up and you had to just officiate the game yourself. Their player's dribbling up the court. I'm defending him. On the bench, our bench was too small to fit all of our players on. So one of our subs, Lewis Lee, his seat that he was sat on was crap, and it just buckled underneath him and he fell off the seat. The guy dribbling up the court picks up the ball and looks over at Lewis, and he's like, what the hell's happened there? And I snatch the ball off him, and their bench clears, and they come on the court all starting on me. They were all like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But because it was the international school, they all had that weird international student, pseudo-American accent. So they're like, we only stopped because your guy was hurt. And I nearly laughed because they sounded so nerdy. But I was like, no, whoa, what's going on? And I was like, what are you talking about? The play to the whistle, essentially. The game was still, the ball was still live, and it turned into a massive argument. And at the time, I was livid, and I thought that I was completely in the right. Looking back now, I'm not so sure. So Sportsmanship is my Hall of Fame nomination.
Okay, but wait, what happened then? You say Sportsmanship. Did you allow them to score a dunk or whatever? That's not how you say it, I know.
I can't remember what happened. I think I gave the ball back to them, but very reluctantly, and was really stroppy about it. Whereas really, I should have just got on with it, I think. But
it's nice that you're putting in... Go on, sorry.
Especially because I was the captain, meant to set an example to the younger students and all that. But,
So what you're telling us is you're nominating the concept of sportsmanship, which you didn't adhere to in the story.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Because I've learned...
That is prime, Jack.
Because I've learned. But I would like to say that one of their players, not their captain, but one of their players wanted to fight me. And I was like, that's probably less sporting than what I did. I didn't fight him. He had tattoos, and therefore I was hesitant to get involved. But no, it was just... I'm looking back now, I'm like, maybe I do sympathise with the international school, and we were the villain. Maybe we were the villains all along.
Oh, maybe. So you're still not accepting the fact that you're
I'd
wrong?
like people listening to comment whether I was in the right or not. I think that other people who've played basketball will side with me. I think you play until the ball goes dead, or until there's a blatant foul. A
man was dying at courtside.
He was my teammate, Lewis. He was on me. He backed me up.
You can fall from a smaller height and still die by cracking your head off the floor than from the seat of a chair. So I think the international team is fully, right in. I'm just talking bollocks now. Yeah.
Okay,
you can look at it from both ways, can't you?
It was an interesting one. I probably do edge towards us being in the wrong now, to be fair.
If there was an actual referee, I'd be saying you're completely in the right because you do play until the referee's whistle. But with the lack of an actual official there to blow an official whistle, I think it's up in the air, mate.
Yeah, that is very true. That is very true.
So you're not the Paulo Di Canio of the story then, to say the least.
The
guy's hurt and you got the ball off him.
Oh, Di Canio caught the ball, didn't he, once?
Yeah.
It's
the goalkeeper hurt himself.
It's weird that you've cited Paulo Di Canio, though, as an emblem of fairness.
Look, 90s Di Canio. Look, leave me alone. So that's great. Actually, that's a nice thing. I want to see people's thoughts on that as well. What should have happened? What you would do in that situation? And I also like the idea of you being really stroppy and be like, here.
Well, you've seen it every week.
Oh, God, yeah. And I'm the reason for it. So,
no.
Interesting. The concept of sportsmanship. I'm trying to think if there's any examples where I've had to be sportsmanshipy.
What sports? Have you ever been into a sport in your youth?
Yeah, I played, football.
Uh-huh.
I think that was it. It's the only thing I liked.
What position?
Too small, 5'6", and I can't do basketball.
You winger?
Defense, because I was fast.
Oh yeah,
not good, but Plus, whenever I kicked the ball, it got the complete opposite direction of where I wanted it to. So the time I scored 2 goals in both matches, I was trying.
You scored 2 goals from fullback. Whoa.
Yeah, no, wait, hang on. I wasn't in defence that much. But no.
Right.
I think it would have been allowed in FA rules. But yeah, did that for a bit. But yeah, when I scored those goals, it was like, wow. How did that happen? It must have been a strong wind deflecting it, making the ball go with the direction I wasn't kicking it at.
Did someone on their bench
I can't recall
fall
having
off?
to be sportsmanshipy or anything like that. What about yourself, Ross?
I never got involved in the controversies of a football game. I was always the subdued, silent one, just lead by example kind of player, But I did see one where there was the guy on my team. They had a long throw on them, right? They had a proper Rory Delap in their team, so we had to stick one guy right on the touchline so he could sort of stop the follow through from the throw-in. And the guy got sick of it, right? So the guy who was stood on the touchline tried to stop this guy doing the long throw. The guy doing the throw just got the ball like that and just went straight in his face from a yard, and it must have absolutely bonked straight off his nose. It must have absolutely killed because it was a winter's day as well. Oh. So you got the effect of that as well. And the guy on the touchline's dad was shouting. I've never heard this phrase before then, but I have obviously heard it now. He's like, "That is unsporting conduct. How dare you shout like that?" And I've never heard anything like that. Because we're playing a proper rough team. And all the rough dads were going like, "Oh, what you talking about, you dafty? Shut up, man. He deserved it. Ha ha ha." He's like, "No, that's unsportingly conduct."
Oh man, I've played against Morpeth basketball before, and there were some players with some posh names like on the Morpeth team. I think they had a Fabian, maybe.
It's from the surrounding areas, not Morpeth itself, but in the general northeast for some reason, because the Morpeth I know is quite like working class. Like I'm rough as muck, me, but. In the wider scheme of the northeast, we're known as posh farmers, which is not a stereotype I like, but there you go. But we had the posh guy on the touchline taking the ball to the face and unsporting conduct. How dare you? That's as bad as it got, though.
Well, that's a good one then. I like that one. Jack's just going to get a lot of comments about what was right and what was wrong. But now we come to the main event. Ross, what have you got?
So I've seen your flex there, Maffew, so I'm going to flex right back at you with double barrel flexing. I'm going for Sue.
Oh.
I'm not going to answer the bell because I'm doing a podcast, everybody. Professional. I should answer that. Hang on.
Those are the 3 picks for the Hall of Fame this week, and you can go to patreon.com/Cultaholic.
The comic timing on that was superb.
And scene.
Who was it, Ross? Who was it?
It was DPD. He was speaking and I just put the phone down.
Oh no.
Chuckle version. Chuckle version. Chuckle version.
He's back.
Needed me naming everything there. Bloody hell. There's a parcel downstairs for somebody though. Where was up to?
Sue.
Yeah, Sue. Because obviously the return is fantastic. Now she finds herself 2-0 in silly bollocks, daft, stupid backstage big blow-off wrestling things on AEW, which is obviously an unparalleled record. She is unstoppable. But also that moment at the end where Trent's doing that and she's doing that, I genuinely got a little bit emotional.
Same.
Just got caught up in the moment. It was absolutely fantastic. Made me feel things I haven't felt in quite some time.
It was absolutely lovely. So
Sue for the Hall of Fame. I don't know if she's in there already, is she? I hope not.
I think she could be in twice.
Yeah, why not?
No one's going to argue with that.
But there's the flex off.
Or just changing the word and it says Sue, it's Trent's mum.
Yeah. But she's good, isn't she? She's not she's not sticking out like a sore thumb in terms when you see someone who's not a wrestler appearing and not sort of getting it. She gets it, doesn't she? She gets it, our Sue. War Sue.
Sue's game. Sue's involved.
Yeah, every week she's War Sue, W-O-R. But when it comes to these matches, she's War Sue, W-A-R. Okay, well, that's going to be tough. That's going to be me being like Jack having to give the ball back next week, begrudgingly accepting that you've won this one, because Sue in that match, that's definitely going to split the readers.
Well, this is the thing. I think Jack's been quite clever in his own respective flex, because he's gone for a callback nomination, hasn't he? It was the concept of music way back when which got in, but now he's going for the concept of sportsmanship.
I've done a few concepts. I think I did water once as well.
Oh, you did? I remember that one.
Still water, not sparkling. But that's what started off the whole sparkling era.
Yeah. All it takes is one person to drink it on stream, and then everyone's like, "What, are you drinking sparkling water, Maffew?" Yes.
Sparkling water is still rough, though. It's horrible. Yeah, it's horrible stuff.
We're not doing this again. So, those are your 3 mighty picks for your Patreon people. If you're not a Patreon person, you can go to patreon.com/Cultaholic and cast your vote for either the Arcade Anarchy match, the concept of sportsmanship, or just Sue. Them's your picks. Place your votes. Take care. Comb your hair. Doing so well.
This is This Week in the Wrestling. It's this bloody week in the wrestling.
This Week in Wrestling. Brought to you by...
Tiny Rebel Beer, which is not an official sponsor of the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast, but I need to thank loyal Twitch viewer Vile, who is not vile by nature, for buying me 6 cans of Pump Up the Jam,
Nice.
which is a lovely beer. Oh, it's cold as well, because it's cold outside, so I'm going to enjoy it on the podcast right now.
Maffew, have you got a Vile story there?
Yeah,
'Cause
I was about to say, thank you for saying, I was supposed to say, because Vile and J Silv 114, who were both in the Cultaholic podcast, Cultaholic Twitch streams, have been throwing, gift subs around. Like they're nothing. Like Leonardo DiCaprio throwing the dollars at the FBI dude coming to investigate him. They've been doing that off their boats. And they said, we better be getting a mention on the podcast, Maffew says, you're absolutely right. So shouts to Vile and J Silv. But apparently I don't need to, because Vile is lovely to you as well, Ross. That's so cool.
What a lovely guy. It's not a cheap beer as well, but there it is. Pump Up the Jam is a wonderful, wonderful, stupendous confection, right?
Oh.
And Vile also recommended a left back for mine and Owen's team on Cultaholic FC, and we signed him, and he's absolutely amazing. What? Who is this guy?
Why is he called Vile?
He's the best person ever.
It's ironic.
Yeah.
Because he's the opposite of Vile. It's lovely.
Wow.
But I have something to say. He's addressed the package to Ross Shagmaster.
Wait, can you show up the camera?
No, it'll have addresses on and stuff.
Oh, like cover the bit, come. We need to see.
Have I covered it up? I think I have. I haven't covered it up. Richard, blur it. But there you see Ross Shagmaster. Focus. There it is.
You need to make sure it got to you.
So when the guy on the phone asks your name...
I said Ross Tweddle. He's like, yeah, right, pal.
Oh, right. It must have been like the same reaction the guy who cleans the windows of the flat here did when he's doing his stuff and he looked over and he saw the dog fall. I'm wiping. God.
Oh, God.
Well, moving on from that, and let's not move on from that. How great is having this cool community on not just the podcast and the comments and stuff, but on the Twitch as well? Like, that sounds like I'm kissing ass, but it needs to be said.
Because you watch plenty of other streamers, and there's lots of arseholes watch those, but very few that watch us. It's a nice thing to have, isn't it?
SmackDown. Daniel Bryan opens the show and reminds us that he made Roman tap out at Fastlane. He refuses to leave the ring until he gets a rematch for the title. Adam Pearce comes out and says he can't do that. Bryan suggests Roman versus Edge to headline Night 1 of WrestleMania, with the winner facing him on Night 2. He denies that. Then say, well, you can't have a WrestleMania where the champ defends twice on one night, which I guess is supposed to make people go, but what about WrestleMania 10? Edge angrily interrupts and says that WrestleMania Night 2 is the 10-year anniversary of his retirement, and he needs to win the title then. He spears Bryan and hits him with a chair. I thought Bryan was exceptional here in his opening segment. I love the sweet plant point-up shirt. And said he's sick of doing things the normal way because it's not working for him. Bryan is now a heel because he's telling the truth.
It's shades of grey, isn't it? It's that common phrase, like to say, because Edge is turning in. I guess this is the most definitive heelish thing he's done. But he's been a nice guy because he's coming back for a second chance at doing the wrestling and whatnot. But then he's getting jealous of Daniel Bryan. But it's Edge's actions that have put him in this position. It's a wonderful sort of tangled thingy on SmackDown at the moment. I'm really enjoying it.
It really is. You can understand the point of view of all three men. Roman's the least because he's so horrible about it, but you can understand all of their motives and everything. It's a rare... I wish there was more of this in WWE again.
Yeah. Rollins beats Nakamura in a rematch from Fastlane and beats him down afterwards. Cesaro saves the day and goes for the big swing, but Rollins escapes. Backstage, Rollins challenges Cesaro for WrestleMania and vows never to be swung again. Cesaro swings him again. Good stuff here. Apollo Crews teams up with Alpha Academy to beat Big E and the Street Profits, with Apollo getting the pin for the IC champ.
About time.
Yeah.
About time he pinned him.
Might should get that out correctly without messing it up. Well done, lads. Sami Zayn, here we go. Sami Zayn is Owen's guest on the KO show after attacking him last week. Zayn apologizes and reveals that next week he'll be holding a red carpet event for his documentary with Logan Paul in attendance. Owen says he doesn't care about the documentary and charges Zayn for Mania. Zayn eventually agrees and Owen beats him down. Zayn seems very surprised. Now, I am alright with Logan Paul showing up to this and getting involved, get the YouTubers involved, because it of course means that Kevin Owens can have, who's that one guy who beat down Logan Paul? KSI.
Beat down.
That's how it happened.
Squashed him, mate.
Exactly, it's a squash match. It's like Lesnar versus Goldberg.
So what you're hoping therefore is that KSI will go on wrestling and reference Botchamania?
Of course, proud fan, KSI.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're all in on this feud, you're invested then?
Yeah, if it doesn't show up, I'm gonna look stupid. So
I don't think he's gonna show up.
I wouldn't hold your breath, like.
Don't say that, lads. Don't say that, lads. It's on British Bake Off.
That's
the clear evolution is WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And what about yourselves, younger generation? What do you think about Logan Paul showing up?
Oh, we're not the target audience.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're at least 10 years too old for that.
Yeah.
Maybe more. But you can see why they're doing it, because obviously he's a very popular man on a very popular platform like YouTube. So new fans coming in for WrestleMania season, I guess that's what they're seeing and looking at. But it doesn't out for me at all.
That's fine. I think WWE needs the mainstream attention that Logan Paul's going to get when he goes to Japanese Forest and
there we go.
Shows Ricochet's
there
career.
It is. He's done the tweet. Yeah.
I felt the need to say that twice.
It's a brutal tweet.
Yeah, it's really nasty, Maffew. Really nasty.
Thank you. I worked really hard on it. Bianca Belair faces Natalya, the $1, with Sasha Banks on guest commentary. Belair slaps Sasha at one stage before winning the match. Sasha jumps her afterwards to stand tall.
Ooh.
Yep.
It wasn't $1, was it? It was $5. I forget how that worked.
Wait, what?
That tier thing that
tier
was
thing.
a BT Sport.
Oh, yes. Who's on your team? Not Natalya.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio defeats Dolph Ziggler. Ross, what's the name of Dolph Ziggler's tag team?
Top Dogs, Maffew.
Of course it is.
No, it's the Dirty Dogs. It's but Michael Cole likes to call them the Top Dogs because they're the champions. Get it, guys?
Right. And did you know this? They wear sometimes, I'm one, their Dirty Dogs shirt.
They do, with a circle on.
They do. They look nice, and you go, okay, I might be inclined to buy that. So you go to wshop.com, and they're not there.
Really?
Yeah. So did they make these themselves? Did they know that no one can buy them?
Maybe.
That's a heelish thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah. Haha, you want to buy these shirts, don't you, crowd? No. Oh.
I would buy one. I think it's a fantastic tag team name. For a couple
Top
of
Dogs?
Middle-aged... Dirty Dogs, man, Maffew. For a couple of middle-aged shaggers like those two. Fantastic name.
Well, it's in your name. Adam Pearce gathers Roman, Bryan, and Edge in the ring and confirms that WrestleMania Night 2...
We need to say this, by the way.
Oh, go on.
Dolph Ziggler reversing a tope whatever over the top rope from Rey Mysterio into a zigzag in one motion. Doesn't get a 3 count. Come off it.
Yeah.
Come off it now. What's wrong with that? You might as well go home, Ziggler. What's the point? You're never going to win again.
Yeah. Adam Pearce gathers the 3 lads in the ring and confirms that WrestleMania Night 2 will have a triple threat match for the Universal title. The 3 of them brawl and Edge goes crazy with a steel chair. Roman flees and Bryan is only just able to crawl away. Yeah. Ready for this.
Edge looking strong. Who's going to stand tall next week on the go-home?
We'll have to tune in to find out, won't we?
Yeah.
Edge isn't winning, is he? I think people, the wider general population of the WWE universe have turned on Edge. It's all gone sour.
See, you think that, Ross, and I thought that was it as well, but there's so many people that just love Edge.
I genuinely can't work out who's going to win.
I can't. And that's why I'm looking forward to it. It's one of the matches at WrestleMania that I'm going, you know what? Good. I don't know what's going to happen. And that's very rare to get in WWE.
I think I'm leaning most towards Bryan, but I don't have a clue.
I think that's what they want you to think.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah. My head is we're sat here now, obviously, before SmackDown happens this week, is still for Bryan to take the loss and Edge to win it somehow. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we get Edge Bryan later on and stuff, and Roman can do whatever he likes because he's Roman.
Take down Vince McMahon.
Beat up Dolph Ziggler. Where's your shirt? Now move on to Raw, but before I do, my mum, we ring it every week. She's like, "Hello, Maffew, how you doing? Can I give you some criticism?" I went, "Yeah, sure." You don't sound like you're enjoying wrestling a lot. And I'm like, "Oh, so I'm sorry," because to clarify some people that there is some bits about wrestling I'm liking, but last week was just not great. So I think I should emphasize the bits that I am enjoying about wrestling. But I'm saying this before we get to Raw, where clearly there's some good stuff on the show. There's also a lot of crap. But yeah, just to be honest, I am still enjoying some bits of wrestling, but I'm still going to rag on the stuff that's crap.
This week's Raw was not a strong one.
It was a terrible episode.
Yeah, bad Raw.
No, let's be positive for 10 seconds. The Hurt Business opened the show, and MVP reiterates Lashley's bounty on Drew. Lashley mentions Cedric and Shelton's lost the tag titles and their inability to take Drew out. He beats up Shelton and kicks the pair of them out of the group as graphics for the main event. For some reason show up. I guess maybe hinting where they're going to be at.
I took that as foreshadowing. It was very cruel, wasn't it?
Oof.
God.
They split up the Hurt Business before WrestleMania.
MVP is now still insisted that him and Lashley are the Hurt Business. And I'm like, well, it's not the same though, is it, MVP? Come on. Why have they done that?
Well, we might as well speak about the end now, because obviously, go on, do the end bit, Maffew, go on, because it all ties in.
Well, Lashley has a handicap match against, just Shelton, beats him with these, and then later on, Drew storms in the locker room and challenges anybody to step up to him and cash in on Lashley's bounty. Braun says he'll fight Drew, but only after he's dealt with Shane. Ugh. Riddle is busy with the WWE script, and Drew just starts beating up Humberto Carrillo and Drew Gulak, looking very, very unpleasant in the process. Ricochet says he'll see him in the ring. McIntyre laughs and goes, no, really? He goes, oh, sorry, Ricochet. McIntyre defeats Ricochet very easily. He's attacked by Mustafa Ali afterwards. Beats him as well. And he calls out Lashley and they brawl. But King Corbin attacks Drew from behind. Lashley applies the Hurt Lock several times to end the show. This today, 1.7 million viewers. I'm on the way to WrestleMania. Go on, Ross.
The only rationale I can think of for splitting up the Hurt Business in favour of Baron Corbin, 2/3 of three-man bland are back together. The only rationale I can think of is that they're scared that Drew McIntyre might actually get booed. So aligning Bobby Lashley with the most detestable guy, I like Baron Corbin personally, but, the wider population hates him. It's just to make sure Bobby Lashley gets booed. That's the only sort of logical thing I can put into it, because it makes no sense whatsoever. Why you take something that's been a focal point of Raw for many months now at this point. They've been good as well. They've all been fantastic in their respective roles. To split that up this close to WrestleMania and have SmackDown's Baron Corbin just rock up there because the brand split doesn't exist anymore. It's utterly baffling. But yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to do. I agree, because they're probably a bit worried that in giving the belt to Lashley, everyone's gone, actually, Lashley's really good. And it might be more of a split reaction, like you say. So, but what they've done is they've made Lashley's character weirdly cowardly with this bounty situation. But they've also made Drew a bit of a bully, beating up Carrillo and Drew Gulak backstage.
The shades of grey on SmackDown, but there's just totally missing the point on Raw, isn't it?
So you're going to say, but the shades of brown on Raw.
So, yeah. You're right. That's actually a good point, Ross. I hadn't considered that. Lashley may be cheered. So I have to point out, no, he is the bad guy. Why is that, for example? Oh, I know. Probably because of all the weird stuff they did with Miz winning the title via Money in the Bank and then Lashley cashing in, making a big deal of it. They've turned around and gone, oh, wait, hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Yeah.
Lashley's great. Everyone loves the Hurt Business. That's going to be really bad for WrestleMania. The build-up for this has been so weird because they've hot-shotted so many different angles these past 3 weeks to fit this storyline in that Lashley's gone up and down, left and right. I'm surprised he knows where he is. But yeah.
Fastlane, innit? Fastlane
Yeah.
ruined everything, didn't it? We've been building to that for so long, and now we've got a little window to get to WrestleMania. But that bounty stuff as well, it just... Lashley gets that entrance, and you're thinking, because I see all of the kids doing it on the social media, Lashley being the final boss of WWE, or Raw at least. That just all fit in, and then all of a sudden he's a cowardly guy who's going around saying he's not scared of Lashley, but he clearly is. He's got a bounty on him. It makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Keeping with that theme, Riddle talks backstage about Sheamus attacking him and doesn't understand why. He then annoys Titus for a bit and just walks off. Sheamus attacks Riddle again, which I liked because it sounded like he was shouting, "Shut up!" as he charged towards him and smashed him. He then beats Riddle in a match to set up a US title match for Mania, even though they've already had loads of matches on Raw, just saying. Riddle shoves him out the ring as he celebrates. And that's all. The only thing Riddle did this week. Look at the script. Doesn't leave it down. Oh, it's okay. I remembered. Riddle has a bit with Asuka backstage.
No. That's later on in my notes.
I can't wait.
Okay.
Riddle has a bit where he's talking to Asuka. Where is it in your notes? Can't see it. I'll just make it up.
Near the end, I think, of the list of notes.
Yeah.
There's only like 8 things.
Yeah. Riddle talks to Asuka. He's on a scooter. He tries saying, hey, do they have scooters in Japan? And whatever. And Asuka's like, and Riddle just goes, you know what? I forgot what I was going to say. And rides away.
Just leaves mid-promo.
And Asuka does this face. And we all move on and go, oh, that wacky Riddle. Riddle's promos have been so bad these past few months that people are going, this could be in character for him.
Well, yeah, it fits. I thought it's the funniest thing he's done in months. Just the way, if he didn't have the scooter, it would have been painful. But the way he just did it and then scooted off in one motion, I thought it was poetic. Poetry in motion.
If like, speaking out stuff had never happened, there'd never been allegations and stuff, people would still now be really, really down on Riddle because the difference in NXT Riddle to now is just astronomical. Like, how have they messed up his character so badly? It's really not entertaining, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Apart from this segment.
No, not even
Yeah,
this
the
segment.
bit where he forgot what he was going to say legitimately was the best thing Riddle has done on the microphone since coming to Raw.
I think he's gonna win at Mania as well. I don't think Sheamus is beating him because Riddle did that whole thing after the match where he like shoved him out the ring and Sheamus looked a bit scared. He's like, "Oh, I forgot he was actually hard." So I don't know.
I think the result of the Bobby Lashley-Drew McIntyre match got spoiled on this week's Raw as well.
Oh,
How so?
Because Braun Strowman said he's coming after... What did he do? What was the promo? He said, like, I'm coming after... Was it McIntyre or Lashley?
McIntyre.
Yeah.
I'll come after you after I've dealt with Shane is what I heard.
Yeah, that's what... Yeah, so McIntyre's going to win, isn't he?
What's you going to say? I'm going to deal with Lashley. Oh, wait, I mean Drew. Nah.
Can I ask why? Because I never really bought into it, but I took that week off, and when I came back, the whole narrative had shifted, and people were now saying that Lashley might actually win and might actually beat Drew at WrestleMania. And I think I've missed something because I still think Drew's easily going to win.
Well, my theory, a game theory, is that the only thing they have to do with that would be that they go, Hurt Business are banned from ringside, and because they've gotten rid of the Hurt Business, then Shelton and Cedric are allowed to appear, and it was a setup all along, and then they reunite afterwards.
Maybe, but I still think Drew's got it in the bag.
And Braun Strowman will be his first challenger.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, yeah, see, I knew it was going to happen. That's why I'm challenging you now.
Fresh off his defeat to Shane McMahon at WrestleMania.
Oh, no.
Nah, he's winning. He's winning. I can't accept any
in
of the
a
results.
perfect. If the world was just, he would win. But you never know.
There is a chance, though, which is the horrible thing. There's a chance that
there's always
Shane
a
McMahon's
chance
going to win.
Shane. Yeah.
I miss the old Shane McMahon. Oh, me and Adam were
He is
speaking about
old.
his 2016 return. Remember that feeling of like, oh, Shane McMahon back, the guy who like just the stunt guy who would come back and lose matches but do something impressive and would all be saying he's fantastic, and then the joke went way too far, and now I'm terrified of WrestleMania. Just Shane McMahon in general.
He beat Roman Reigns.
In Saudi Arabia, in the soaring heat of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Drew McIntyre might have been involved, but that's besides the point. The record books read Shane McMahon defeated Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon defeated The Miz at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
After The Miz gave him a superplex.
After Shane beat up his dad, and then he beat him.
And then he beat him in the kit. Moving on. Shane McMahon hits the ring with Elias and Riker. Ooh, scary. And shows a Braun Strowman. Oh, God. School report on the Tron. The grades are bad, which is very funny. Shane shows an image of Braun in a dunce cap. Yes, they're still doing the bit where they do badly photoshopped images. Like it's 2000. Me and Tom watched 2000 SmackDown, right? And we found the moment when Jericho's doing that with Benoit.
That's the only good one. That's the only good one of those.
He goes,
promos.
I would face Benoit, and he does the Dr.
On a
Sayers.
goat?
Yeah.
On a boat? Oh, yeah.
And the crowd are laughing because it's 2000. So it's like, ooh, MS Paint, that's amazing. But we forgot the bit works when Benoit comes out and goes, you think that was funny? I've got a funny image too. and it's Benoit stretching Jericho. Good, that's funny. You know, when you passed out.
It has to tie together, yeah.
Yeah, and then Jericho comes, no, yours suck compared to mine, because yours didn't rhyme. That's good. When they just do this, and then the bad guy has to come out, or the good guy in this case, I guess, comes out and is like, I can't believe, I'm so annoyed at what you just did with those Photoshops. Like, that's
And Shane McMahon cannot read because he got one of the lines wrong. And he said unrefutable. Like, is he supposed to be stupid as well? Like, or is it... Because I just think that's him just actually being stupid.
There was just mistakes, weren't there?
Ross, a few weeks past him stumbling and breathing into the mic for about 5 minutes. I'm all right. In fact, he was in the ring and able to read any of his lines.
It just makes the entire storyline just so much worse, doesn't it? If he's actually just... I don't understand. There's no sort of nuance to it, is there? What am I saying? There's no sort of nuance to it. It's raw.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's raw. It's unfinished.
Yeah.
Braun comes out and Shane bails, so he squashes Riker in a match instead. Well, at least he's still face. Afterwards, Braun chases Shane, but Elias and Riker help him escape. Braun wants a steel cage match at WrestleMania, so he's finally got Shane one-on-one. Shane didn't look that arsed.
Yeah, Shane.
Why would he? He's a cage match specialist, isn't he? He gets
brilliant.
He gets Maffew. He gets different rules when he's inside of a cage. He gets rope break.
That's right. Money in the Bank, right? Oh.
He sweats out of his shirt. That's how easy he finds cage matches.
How great is that when the crowd know it's like, hey, that's not right.
Advantage Shane McMahon.
The commentator as well is pointing it out. Like, yeah, you've changed the rules of wrestling for this one match. Oh, it was great. Miz and Morrison shows the video for Hey Hey Hop Hop. Bad Bunny and Damian Priest come out. Damian Priest is in his 40s, and Bad Bunny says he's going to make Miz his bitch at WrestleMania. Miz storms up to Bad Bunny, who punches him in the face. Priest and Bunny are ready to fight, but Morrison and recent WWE champion Miz want none of that.
Yeah, Miz is scared of Bad Bunny. Well, he's scared of Priest, I suppose. But
hey, it was a fantastic shot from Bad Bunny.
Oh yes, no doubt in that.
Good and proper thumped him, didn't he?
Yeah,
did. Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, this is easily the worst song they've done so far. I'm disappointed. Because the other two were legitimate bops, as the kids would say, Maffew. I know you agree.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I love the bops. Sorry. The New Day beat AJ Styles and Omos at Charades and Pictionary.
These segments came in a row. Shane McMahon report card, Miz and Bad Bunny and Morrison and all that. And now the charades and the Pictionary.
It was the 3 stages of hell. Yeah. Crappy bit. And again, New Day used to do bits that were dumb and fun. Since getting drafted to Raw, they've done dumb and dumb bits. Ooh. They did this with Miz and Morrison, where they both basically made noises at each other for 10 minutes. Lots of people switched off. And now they're doing the same with these terrible bits. This is supposed to be a WrestleMania tag match. I wasn't into this. I love the New Day. I don't know what they're doing.
Amen. I hate how they've made Omos look like a complete dickhead as well. It's like you've got this 7'3", like once in a lifetime man in the wrestling. Like you don't find 7'3" people like regularly, do you? And they've got him out there dressed in his mauve jumper because it's kind of pink, so it's funny when a big man wears it. Ha ha ha! Then they've got him not guessing son in a game of bloody Pictionary or whatever it's called. How man? Come on, help the guy out. You got Retribution that was just doomed to fail from the start, from the very concept and how they presented that. And now they're trying to make a fool out of Omos as well. Oh, why did they do this to them? I know you're both taking my words very seriously here.
Yeah, of course, yeah, it's true. I agree.
No, Ross, don't say no.
I was letting you go. It was very true.
Echoing thoughts of many people, pal. Shayna Baszler loses to Naomi via roll-up after involvement from Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke. And Nia then interrupts the contract sign between Rhea Ripley and Asuka, trying to them to a tag match next week, because what else are they going to do?
They've ruined the build to one women's title match at WrestleMania. Now let's just shift them over to the other one, yeah.
Hey! Why can't we have one storyline for one belt and another storyline for another belt? Why is it so hard? Why? I'm shouting, sorry, headphone users. It's really annoying, though. It's so annoying because it's like it could be, and it should be a lot better to watch. But for some reason, they're like hamstringing themselves, and I don't know why they're doing it. It just makes me sad. All right, I just want the wrestling to be good. Is that too much to ask for, Maffew? Jack?
Yes.
No, it's true. It's true. It's better than when the wrestling's boring and average, though. I love a bad episode of the wrestling, whichever show it is.
Oh, yes.
To
Because
get
you'd be
really
there
angry,
like, oh, this
really
was
angry
good.
about.
This was good. Oh, this was good. Losing a bit of momentum here, lads. There's some energy. Oh, this Raw was crap.
Yes.
Like a shot of espresso. AEW Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, this was
Let's see how we go.
banger of a show.
It
In
got
my
there.
opinion.
Christian Cage wins his first match in AEW, beating Frankie Kazarian in a heartfelt match that went about 17 minutes.
I
It was
missed
awesome.
everything in this match probably because I was just looking at Christian's feet the entire time.
Oh,
Ever since people have said, "Oh, look at Christian's ring work, look at Christian's footwork," I'm like, I want to try and spot what these wrestlers are saying, and I still couldn't see what they were talking about because I'm not a wrestler. But that's what I spent my entire time doing, was just looking at Christian's little tootsies.
Shades of Tarantino. What did you think, Jack?
I enjoyed how there were certain moments. First of all, I think Kazarian deserves a lot of credit because I thought he was really good in this match. And I noticed little moments where Christian would like early on, Kazarian hit him with like an uppercut and he spilled out onto the ramp, and there was this look on his face like, oh, I forgot how much like wrestling hurts. And then he put him in a cravat and Christian like almost passed out straight away, and it was like he was out of practice, and I really enjoyed those little moments. That was good start of the show.
Yeah. QT Marshall abandoned his exhibition match with Cody Rhodes, sucker punching guest referee Arn Anderson.
Bang!
The Nightmare Factory trainees rushed the ring to check on him, but Aaron Solo, Nick Komoroto, and Anthony Ogogo revealed themselves to be aligned with QT and attack everybody.
Ross now supports QT Marshall's stable.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
I do.
QT power drives Dustin on the ring steps and prepares to give Cody a concerto, but Red Velvet runs out to stop him. She is later beaten down by Jade Cargill backstage. All right, look, Cody is at his best, as I've said many times, when he's reenacting and cosplaying 80s stuff. And now we're doing Bruno
Hang on.
Zabisco again, so that's fantastic. We're doing that. But it is hilarious. Like, 3 weeks after the Pinnacle got started, we have a new big bad baddie stable.
Oh, this is just the Cody section of the storylines. It's all right. It's Cody Corner.
That'll be the name of the stable, do you think? What
I really like this a lot.
do you think the stable's going to be called?
The cuties.
The Big Apple.
The cutie boys.
The Q-tip.
NWO in it. Just call it NWO. Get it done with.
It's called the NWO.
Because that's what I took away from it. Like, I think I saw someone say this is like the Wolfpack version of Nightmare Family, but I'm like, nah. This is like NWO Black and White. This with QT Marshall being the Hollywood Hogan. We'll be sitting here. We'll be sitting here in 6 months' time when there's 100 members of this new world order, the new world order, and we'll be sitting there.
Oh, the Q World Order.
Q World Order.
There we go.
Apple but apples and apples.
I've made a list of all the factions though in AEW at the minute. Inner Circle.
Can we see if we can name them? Have you got a list of them?
I've got a list here.
Maffew, let's go back and forth.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'll delete as you say. Go on then.
Team Taz.
Inner Circle.
Yep.
The Elite. Does that count?
That's on my list as well, yeah.
All right,
but
okay.
They're not technically a thing anymore, are they?
The Pinnacle.
Yep.
The Inner Circle.
I've said the Inner Circle.
Who said it?
The Pinnacle, sorry.
I've just
He
said
said it, has that?
QT, QNO.
Yeah.
QD Pie.
Death Triangle on there?
Yep.
Yeah, right. Oh, Matt Hardy's big
What's it? The
fat Greek wedding,
Hardy
whatever it's
Family
called.
Office.
Oh, the Hardy
The
Family Office.
HFO. The HFO.
Oh, right.
Jurassic Express.
Correct.
Oh, okay. There's some others I know.
There are.
There are, yeah.
Oh, no. Go on, Jack.
The Dark Order.
Oh.
Yep.
Shocking, Maffew. Now I'm tapped out. My brain's gone, but no, there's others.
The Nightmare Family.
Yep.
Are they?
How many more?
So Nightmare. Right. Nightmare. Yeah, okay.
So I've got written down here 1, 2, 3.
Oh, SCU.
Well, they're just a tag team now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
just
yeah, it's true, yeah.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 written down here.
4 more.
4
Oof.
left.
4 left.
Okay. Oh, this is getting tricky now.
One's topical for last night's episode. Stole the show, arguably.
One's topical.
Stole the show last night.
Yeah. But,
Best
do
Friends.
they have a name?
Best Friends and all them.
Oh, Best Friends covers all? Oh, okay.
Wait, best friends is the three of them,
and the man makes 4, so.
And Chris Statlander makes 5.
That's a group.
Oh,
That's
okay,
a group.
yeah.
I can't go on. I can't think of any more.
Yeah,
I've got down Invisible Hands. That's what I've called them here. Don Callis and all that. There you go.
Oh yeah,
And then the Game Overs and Penelope. I don't know what their official name is.
There's 3 people.
And then there's the pretty lads in AEW Dark now with JD Drake and Nemeth and all them. Yeah.
Caesar
I think that's all of them covered.
And then,
Wow.
And now we've kind of got Moxley, Kingston in the Bucks if they're a thing.
Oh Christ, aye.
Yeah. Plus,
I
Brian
like
Cage is going to split up from Team Taz.
Yeah.
So I reckon Brian Cage,
Darby and Sting.
Darby and Sting.
Yeah, Darby, Fuego del Sol, and Luther get together as a short back and crack.
This must be building to something. Have they got a special gimmick like pay-per-view coming up where it's like gang warfare, like 1997 on Raw?
I think they're just like factions.
DOA coming back soon.
I think part of it's that they've got a huge tag division. But I think they just like having factions. I'm not particularly against it, to be honest.
Yeah, they're like 2 things: factions and hiring their mates.
I really like this. I like this segment. I don't think it was bad at all. I gave it an A, right? Okay.
No, you're allowed to like it. It's just funny to me that again, any other time would have been fine to have another mega stable announced, but they've just done one 3 weeks ago.
But this isn't Cody's corner.
Okay. And again, it's QT. It's QT Marshall getting one.
But it's elevating the 3 lads below him as well, though.
Hopefully we don't get to a point where Cody has a handicap match and beats them all at one go. That's what I'm terrified, right?
Outboxes Anthony Ogogo.
Outboxes the Olympic bronze medalist, the Commonwealth silver medalist, and then just stockpiles Camarata, whatever he's called, Ogogo, the other guy. Solo, yeah.
Gets beat up by one of them. Goes to the back. Me shoulder. I got punched in the shoulder by a go-go and comes back. Crowd. Boo.
I think Aaron Solo, I don't want to diminish his own achievements, but I think he's Bailey's ex-fiancé.
Yes.
Hasn't he been around for... He's not a trainee.
No.
So
he was Ricky Stark's tag partner in Extra Talented.
So he's just a trainee in Storyline?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like when Andy in Parks and Recreation goes to a guitar lesson. But you
Lovely, Ross.
Play the guitar already. I've been watching Parks and Recreation.
That's right. Yeah. And yesterday was, of course, March 31st. So the date when he had Ron Swanson had 90 or so meetings. So busy day for him.
I've not seen that much Parks and Rec, but I like the one where they're doing the campaign on the ice rink. And they've all got to walk out onto the ice. It's really good. Yeah, that's a good one.
They have stables as well as the Parks feuding with the Rec. Ron Swanson has his own state, whatever. John Moxley beats Cesar Bononi despite interference from the what do you call them? The pretty lads of FW Dark.
Yeah, those lads.
Yeah.
I forget what their official name is. Yeah,
they haven't got one. We later learn that Darby Allin has. Oh, Peter Avalon, of course. We later learn that Darby Allin has issued an open challenge for the TNT title, accepted by Drake. Wow, what a lad JD Drake is. I like that he looks the way he looks.
Yeah,
I see more guys who look like they're just right out of 83.
Yeah,
presenting.
Yeah. The Inner Circle ambush the Pinnacle in their locker room and beat the hell out of them. Jericho says the worst is yet to come. What's going to do a podcast on them?
Now, I didn't enjoy this one as much as other people did in this episode, this part of the episode. Very entertaining, but I think it was too soon. Because the Pinnacle have just been established, and now the leader's getting his head put in a toilet and thrown through a vending machine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When's the next pay-per-view?
Double or Nothing it'll be, won't it? Little month or so?
May. Yeah.
Probably.
April,
I'll have a
May.
check.
Oh, so I was upset that they didn't add to that every year. So the first one was Double or Nothing. Next year was Triple or Nothing, and it's keep on going up.
I often wonder this about car registration plates, Maffew. Where does it go when it reaches so it's 70 this decade, next decade's 80, then 90. Then where does it go? It can't go back to 00, can it? Where does it go? Deeply
That's a good
considered,
question,
don't you
actually.
think?
Oh.
If you know in the comments down below, if you work for a local council or anything like that, let us know.
It'd be great if council people listen to this.
Hey,
It's supposed to be working.
Guinness World Records are listening. Anyone? You never know who's listening in this stuff, do you? Which is, by the way, I've been in contact with them, and we'll start doing stuff after WrestleMania season's done with. We'll start trying to break some world records on the podcast.
Oh, the next one is
Wait,
the next
what?
one. The next one is
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I can't
okay,
wait.
cool. Go on then, Jack. Sorry.
The next one is Double or Nothing. It's on May 30th, so they've still got about 2 months.
Yeah, this is too soon then, isn't it?
Yeah. And apparently they're doing a house show during WrestleMania weekend.
Sneaky,
the house
sneaky.
always wins. On that WrestleMania weekend there.
Yeah. Crazy. Don Callis speaks to Matt Jackson backstage, shaming him for turning his back on Kenny Omega. Callis slaps Matt, who doesn't retaliate, and there's some and I'm like, all right.
This belonged on the nation's favourite street, this. I thought this was fantastic. Don Callis is a very talented man. Get him in a relationship with Gail Platt or something like that already.
He slapped him with the invisible hand.
I like when they give the Bucks distinct characters and they're not just the Bucks. Matt's the more sensitive one, isn't he? He feels more. And he's maybe the more naive as well.
Still really unlikable though, isn't it?
But he's the unlikable, sensitive one.
Yeah.
Omega and the Good Brothers beat the Lucha Brothers and the Laredo Kid. Moxie comes out to attack, but is outnumbered until he's joined by the Young Bucks. They rush the ring, and the Bullet... Ooh, can we call them that? Not the Bullet Club, bail.
I didn't realise their theme is like the Al Bullet Club theme. If you listen to it on Dynamite this week, I didn't realise it was
I noticed that for the first time this week as well, which makes me think, is it the first time they've used it? Or is this just the Good Brothers theme?
Maybe. I do like the little, like, machine gun noise at the start that's done by a mouth.
Pew. That's him firing at a retreating Triple H. But yeah, I like this match. I love the Lucha stuff on AEW. Fantastic seeing Laredo Kid continue to wrestle there. The Bunny and Nyla Rose beat Hikaru Shida and Tay Conti after a candlestick shot from the Bunny behind the referee's back. At one point, Nyla Rose got confused by the Bunny and Tay Conti together, and they were dressed exactly the same, had the exact same hair. So I grabbed one of them, went, "Oh, sorry," and then grabbed the other one.
I thought that was just her in a fit of rage, just grabbing anything. I thought that
like,
was
I think they covered it pretty well. Yeah. But I'm like, wait, because they looked at him and go, wait, yeah, hang on, which one's which?
It reminded me of when Harry Maguire pulled Luke Shaw out of the way of the ball. Man United conceded a goal this season, I think. Luke Shaw's about to clear the ball. Harry Maguire pulls him out of the way. The other team score. Harry Maguire then blames Luke Shaw. Hey, it was fantastic. Unless you're a Man United fan.
Yes, well, moving on. And then we had the main event, which we already talked about. Talk about it again, in case you skipped this the other bit. Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy beat Miro and Kip Sabian in the best main event ever since the last time the best friends had their crazy no-holds-barred match, I guess.
You know, Maffew,
we
shouldn't speak about it again, just to stop getting people skipping segments.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you skipped, then tough. NXT.
Is that going to reflect badly on us as a podcast?
Let's find out. Let us know in the comments if you've skipped and gone, you bastards.
Is Jack on board with this decision?
I'm staying out of it. No comment. Just protecting my back.
Jack's on board.
NXT. Cameron Grimes surprisingly beats Roddy Strong after distracting him with an Undisputed Era armband.
He got it out of his trunks as if he was going to put it on, but when he got it out, Strong came up behind him and hit him with the angle slam, and the armband fell, and Roddy Strong was like, "What's this?" and then lost the match.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't like, "What's this?" It was more like haunted by the memories of,
It's like, oh no.
Only
Camera zooming in his face.
Only in wrestling would that happen. If wrestling was real and someone had an armband with your old group's thing on it, you just go, "That's a bit weird," and then you just carry on. But he's like,
like on Fastlane, has to grab it and yell, "I used to be part of this group." Santos Escobar issues an open challenge, which is answered by Tyler Breeze. Escobar wins in a stable beatdown Breeze, but MSK run out to make the save. Grizzled young veterans appear on the Tron and explain that while both teams are distracted, they're focused on being the next champions.
I want them to win. The Scouse lads. Well, the Scouse lad and his pal.
Oh, he's not Scouse, is he?
James Drake. I don't think James Drake's Scouse now.
No, he's Nottingham, isn't he, or something like that?
Oh.
It would help if he spoke ever.
Yeah. They did that video where Zach Gibson showed him around Liverpool and then it linked it all back to how good he is. This is the liver bed. It's a sign of how great Liverpool is, but nothing in Liverpool is as great as me. And then James Drake's just nodding like very like seriously as if it's like legitimate advice. He's like, right, cool, I'm learning.
Here's a Shanley Gate. That's what I named my finisher after. Jay's like, oh, now I get it. Cheers, pal. A series of vignettes. A small dog makes its way to the Performance Center and finally reaches its owner, Taya Valkyrie.
Well, it's
She'll
a feat.
debut on April 13th. What?
Yeah, so a small dog, there was a series of vignettes with a little fluffy dogs running up to the Performance Center, and Beth Phoenix is like, what? And then the next one, a little bit later on, the dog's further in. Eventually the dog comes to a rest at the feet of like these sparkly, these like pink heels. And everyone's like, who's that? Or like pink boots. And online people have noticed that the dog belongs to John Morrison and Taya Valkyrie, so it's probably her.
Ah.
Yeah. She's
What
got
a
a dog.
weird segment.
Yeah, it's cool.
That I might have to check out. Because there's a dog. Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell beat Gigi Dolan and Zayda Remier. I'm getting that right.
Wasn't sure who that
Candice-
last one was, but she's like a enhancement-y type P trainee.
Oh, cool. She's part of QT's crew then.
Yeah.
Candice gets on the mic and says there's not a woman in NXT who deserves to be champion more than her. Ember Shotzi turn up and accept the challenge. Shotzi shoots Indy from her tank.
Yeah. Hits her in the crotch.
I love that, yeah. Because just shoots her with a tank like it's normal.
Yeah.
Io Shirai defiantly confronts Raquel Gonzalez backstage and gets beaten up again. Raquel beats Zoe Stark and is attacked by Io afterwards, but Raquel again gets the upper hand.
I need to apologise to everybody. I haven't seen NXT again.
Yep.
Don't worry. Neither have I. Jack is our NXT lad. He does it so well. We don't need to watch it. Isn't that right, Ross?
No, we do need to watch it, Maffew. We should watch it, but there's not enough hours in the day. That's what I'm finding.
But we will be able to watch it when it moves to Tuesdays.
You say that, but I missed it last week because I had other videos to do. So I just, yeah.
As long as you have two people watching it, we'll be all right, pal.
Yeah, I hope so. Sorry, comments.
Casey Catanzaro has recovered very quickly from a broken leg and teams with Caden Carter to take on Mei Ying and Xia Li, who beat them. Ying doesn't do much, but chokes Caden at one point and blows smoke in her face.
Yeah, she's like a final boss kind of thing.
Passive smoking.
Yeah,
You ever see the Giant when he did that 98? If he smoke and he'd go, yeah, but
the
I've got
corner.
to stop because it's going to stunt my growth. That's great. The main event is the Gauntlet Eliminator qualifying battle royal for a shot at the North American Championship, featuring
Oh my god.
Pete Dunne, Isaiah Swerve Scott, Leon Ruff, Tyler Rust, Jake Atlas, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Cameron Grimes, LA Knight, Kushida, and Dexter Loomis. These are just some of the people WWE have signed in the last 3 months.
Right, so
The
can I
final
explain,
six-
can I
Go
explain
on.
the rules? Sorry.
Oh, please do.
So there's a battle royal, but the final 6 all get entered into a gauntlet match on night 1 of TakeOver in order of elimination. So like if you win the battle royal, you're last in the gauntlet match. And then the winner of the gauntlet match faces Johnny Gargano on night 2 for the North American Championship. At one point in this show, Austin Theory's backstage and says, and Gargano's like, well, what if you win? You're my mate and you're in this match. What if you win the whole thing and then face me? And Austin Theory's like, well, just do the finger poke of doom. And then Gargano goes, no, that killed the business. Oh, wait, we're still here. It's fine. I was like, okay, fair enough.
Ha ha ha.
Yeah, it's good.
Final
Shots
six
at
qualify
WWE.
for good on them, lads. In order, Ruff, Isaiah, Reed, Grimes, Loomis, and Knight.
LA Knight is the last man in.
Wow, good push there for Eli. And after the match, Io Shirai and Raquel Gonzalez come out and have another brawl, with Io hitting a big dive to end the show.
Yeah.
It
was
kicked
next.
off in our work chat today. That's the one bit of NXT I have seen because, like, how could all these people fall over? Huh? Do you see this morning, Jack?
I saw bits of it, but I was in the middle of doing my AEW graded. But yeah, I saw bits and pieces, yeah.
Jim Cornette actually works for Cultaholic, you see, Maffew. And he put in the chat, how could all these people fall over just by you? Sure, I fallen down. Come on. That's not the business. It's killing the business, etc., etc.
Ooh.
It's a good point, though, yeah. If they're saying, you know, that thing that killed the business, oh, it's still here. Now someone does a dive and some people go, oh, I got hit. Killing the business.
It's like if a rock star did a stage dive and the whole academy just went, what?
Dude, if that happened, I'd fall.
Yeah.
If I get tickets to see Ailstorm coming to the O2 Academy in a few months'
Okay.
time. But I felt
Cool.
the need to say that. Just
rock and roll, Matthew.
It's just
Is that-
nice
is
to
that
see
hail-
events getting booked.
Hailstorms, you say?
Ale is in glug glug glug.
Oh,
Storm.
beer.
Storm of ale. Glug glug glug.
Metal.
That's right. And that was the week in wrestling.
Let's have a rummage in our mail bags.
Now let's have a little look in the mailbag. Number 1. Hello, lads. Hello.
Hello.
Hope you are doing well. With WrestleMania coming up, I was wondering, what if you could only watch back one WrestleMania for the rest of your life? From 1 to 36. Which one would you pick? Mine would be either 31, because it was my first full Mania, including Build, that I watched, or 35, because it has loads of good moments. Thank you for everything you guys do. I was gutted to learn this week that WTF moments will be reduced to pay-per-views only. I obviously understand it must have been a difficult decision, so this is not criticism, just love. Ross's videos were the first thing that brought me back to wrestling full-time after a 7-year break. I've been following you guys since and watch everything you do. You gave me back my childhood, Ross. I just want to say the biggest thank you, in capital letters, for it. Heart symbol, heart symbol. Thank you for every piece of content all of you have made, and thank you to Ross for bringing me to this community. Forever a sexual wank pheasant. Joalit from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Beautifully put, especially at the end of there, pal. Yeah, so Ross, are you getting lots of messages like this?
I did, yeah. So I thought I'd better just include one and just reiterate me thanks to all the nice messages I got, because there was a few in the podcast mailbag this week, and I tried to avoid it, but I thought I'd get it out the way first. So thank you very much to everyone who sent one in. It's a horrible, crappy situation, but like I quite enjoy doing this for a living, and we're making a massive loss each and every time we made one of those videos. So I should be doing stuff that makes us money, basically. So it's had to bite the bullet, and it's horrible. It's the way it's turned out, and we sort of need to do it rather than want to do it. If that makes any sense.
Yeah. But we're evolving. We'll keep on. It's not as if like that's it and we'll never find anything to replace. You know what I mean? Like we'll keep growing. We'll keep going.
Yeah, eventually when we can all be in the same place at the same time, we'll get the proper sort of replacement. We've discussed it. There'll still be Raw and SmackDown and Dynamite coverage going forward, but it'll just be in a different form to WTF.
Yeah,
it's a crap situation, because I've had a horrible time of it, just because you get those arseholes like, oh, you've ruined my week now, Ross, and all this stuff. It's like, oh, it's like I can't do anything. Like it.
Yeah. I mean, when I stopped doing Wrestlers of the Week and replaced it with the new series that's going on, every time I've put a new video out, some people have still gone like, this isn't as good as Wrestlers of the Week, bring it back. And I want to be like,
Nobody watched.
Nobody watched. And also, like, it's really crap when you put loads of effort into writing and making a video. And then obviously the editor puts in a lot of effort editing it for you as well. And then immediately, as soon as it's up, people are like, no, this isn't very good. And you know they've not even taken the time to watch it. So I'm glad that you got a lot of messages, positive ones, because it does actually help make a difference.
It does, because I believe it or not, I'm quite a prideful person. Which makes no sense in terms of what I do on this channel. But it's been quite a bad thing to sort of accept the fact that I've not been able to sort of keep that going. Because like you look at what? Sorry, go on. I think we're going to say something, Jack.
Well, I was just going to say, but it's not. I don't think you should look at it as a failure, because you've been doing it for how many years now? Like, it's a very long run for a show.
Yeah, it's over 5.
Exactly. Like, that's a long time.
It's just a shame though, because I still do enjoy doing, which I need to reiterate to everybody. It's not like, oh, I'm sick of it, I want to stop doing it. It's just the situation sort of forced itself to be like that. But anyway, my answer would be WrestleMania 18.
18?
Why?
18, because it's got my fit. I could watch Hogan versus Rock every day for the rest of my life, I think, and it would make me smile each and every time. Even if I'm not the biggest Hogan fan, to be honest with you. But crowds make wrestling matches for me, and that crowd is sensational.
Can't argue with that. I mean, WrestleMania 18 as a whole is like, yeah. But no one's taken that away.
Drowning Pool playing a few times.
That's true. I'm trying not to say WrestleMania X7, but my heart wants to say WrestleMania X7, because I feel like I've spent my life watching WrestleMania X7.
Kenny watched it on Twitter the other day.
Ah.
He put up a video of himself watching the moment where Linda stands up, and you can hear him in the background going, "Yes, go on, Linda!"
Safety Kenny. Probably, I know, 30.
Oh, that was mine.
Yeah. Yeah, what a momentous historic one. 2 Bryan matches, Undertaker's streak. Cena Wyatt feud that didn't work out. Probably some other stuff, but those three things are worth it alone.
The Shield squashing the New Age Outlaws.
Shield,
and
that's right. Yeah.
I was going to go for 30 as well, because if I was only going to watch one, I'd probably want to choose one with a happy ending. So that one's got like the greatest ending with Bryan and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. If I can't pick that one, make a good view. 31, because for years I thought that wasn't a very good WrestleMania, and I'll look back because there's been so many crap ones after that. Because what was I thinking? It's a great WrestleMania.
Awesome. Yeah.
The Orton Rollins finish, ladder match was good. Lesnar, Reigns, Rollins ended up being great as well.
Rusev in the Tank.
Rusev in the Tank, yes.
Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
Rousey and
Throwing Stephanie, but well,
Sting Triple H match, which
I still love that match.
Right.
I don't know why. It's ridiculous, I know, but it's funny.
I've been watching. There's a tier list coming this weekend with myself and Adam doing special WrestleMania entrances and watching Triple H's from 31.
Oh, I love that. The Terminator one. I love that.
Triple H's WrestleMania entrances are class, and I love all of them. And people laugh at them, and I don't know why.
That's why they're so good, though, because you can't laugh at them. It's like we were speaking about 33 when he comes out on his tricycle with Stephanie on the back. It's sensational. It's like just you can see him backstage. It's like, well, Triple H, you've got this idea for your power. He's like, yeah, that's badass. That he comes out and it's just not. And it's fantastic every time.
When WrestleMania 32 and Steph did that, she took her mask off and started doing this speech like, "Oh, bow before they get." I don't like think about doing the reaction stuff there, but I should have done that because I was on the floor laughing, like couldn't move. The closest I've had to a fit in my life because I was dying, just could not stop laughing at it.
And the one at 30 actually worked because it was ironic, wasn't it? Whether he's on the throne and he's facing Bryan and he's got like it turned out to be Charlotte, Sasha, and Alexa around, yeah. But he's there on the throne and that, and he's like the king of wrestling, and it's really funny.
But it's the camera angle where he takes his like golden skull crown thing off, but it just zooms in on his face. He's like, just shaking like that. You can't help but laugh every single time he does an entrance at WrestleMania. Fantastic.
But then you see they're selling the deluxe action figures of the different WrestleMania Triple H's, and you go, oh, I wouldn't mind having Terminator Triple H on my desk. Anyway, so yeah, thank you very much for the question.
The problem with Triple H matches at Mania as well is that he makes this huge entrance. Everyone's like, yeah! And all of his matches start so slowly. He's so methodical. So he's come out as this like barbarian warlord, and then he goes, lock up, here we go.
Lock up, pose, shove down, wait for the crowd to go, we're bored already, and then do it again. Ugh, good times. Hi, Twiddle-dee-dees. Long-time listener, first-time caller. I was watching back over some of Ross's tier lists and was very much enjoying the music-based ones. Oh, yes. It got me thinking about the strangest music-based wrestling content I've ever experienced. The background music of the WWE Supercard mobile game. The musical direction the game has gone with leans into this weird Germanic rock ballad style, trying to jam wrestling terms awkwardly into a rock context. It is equal parts distracting and bewildering. For example, these are lyrics to the music to accompany the ring domination event in the game. I'm heading down to the docks tonight, lead my way under the moonlight. There's a ship that's sailing tonight, setting out after 27 days' time to end this drought. Yeah, not taking this from there. You know I'm coming for it. Yeah, you know I'm looking from the shadows. Yeah, I'm gonna get you girls. It's my birthday. I'm gonna unwrap you, caress your smooth skin down. I'm gonna dominate. Coming at you, I retaliate. If I need, I will resuscitate. This ring is mine. All right, enough. Anyway, a question. What is your favorite/least favorite music from a wrestling video game? Bloody hell, you maybe sing that for that. Much love and RIP weekly WTF moments. They will be missed by me at least, but understand you guys, you gents gotta do what you gotta do. Aaron Smith, living in Aberdeen. Yeah. Okay.
Do you actually know that song, or were you just putting your own tune to it?
No, I've never heard it, but I
that's
try
good.
to imagine.
I like the yeah bits. It sounded legit.
Yeah. So, least favorite music wrestling game.
I've got two playlists from games on my Spotify which other people have made. One is from SmackDown vs. Raw 2006, and the other is from SmackDown vs. Raw, the original one, the first one. A couple of playlists on my Spotify there.
Cool.
Oh, you got
what
any
are they?
big songs from it?
Oh, do you want to know what the songs are? Well, this is SmackDown versus Raw, the first one. Power Man 5000, When Worlds Collide.
Yes.
Anthrax and Public Enemy, Bring the Noise.
Oh.
Shoe Call, Bone Cracker. I'm a bone cracker. No. Styles of Beyond, Superstars. Breaking Benjamin, Polyamorous. You're my polyamorous friend. What a big song. Breaking Benjamin again, Firefly. Zebrahead, Alone. Zebrahead, Falling Apart. Everything's falling apart. Core with the Angle. Swollen Members. Bottom Line. And Tantric with Chasing After. Big songs, all one. Each and every one of them.
I'm looking through different soundtracks now, and there's none I recognise.
I don't have any particular favourite wrestling game songs because in the 2000s, other games on the PS2 had some of the best soundtracks ever. So Tony Hawk and GTA Vice City and stuff, which is a shame because it overshadowed the music in the SmackDown games. So I don't think I can answer that question. I'll go for the Zebrahead one because I've seen them live. And when they played that, I was like, it's the song from the wrestling.
Yeah. When I saw them, they didn't play Take a Chance to Just.
Take a chance.
Take a chance.
We're fantastic at podcasting, aren't we?
I'll go with, because I'm looking through SmackDown vs. Raw games, I don't recognise any of the songs. And I associate Power Man 5000 Worlds Collide with Tony Hawk's too. So instead, I will pick the WrestleMania 2000 for the N64 theme title music, which is actually a Pantera song that they've just, Jimmy Hart did. Is that a verb? People don't understand, they've just basically taken it and not taken it. So it's that one. Yeah, it's just a Pantera song. Anyway, sorry. So that's the answer. Least favourite. Oh.
I mean, was it like when they were doing 2K15 and 16 and whatnot? They would bring back old songs. I never liked that, me. Never liked that at all. I like discovering
old songs.
Just Rebel, songs you've heard a million times.
But, okay,
I know there's nothing wrong with the songs themselves, just the fact that you've heard them a million times.
Yeah. All I can again think of is just Tony Hawk's. There was a Tony Hawk with a random Ring of Fire on it, and I was like, what? But it was, that's a good song though, so I shouldn't say that's a least favourite. It's not even from the wrestling games. Oh, I've got one. I've got a least favourite one. I've got one. We Dem Boys. Wasn't that on one of the newer ones? And it was on every menu. You just go, hold on, We Dem Boys.
I don't know if it's any of the WWE games or not, but I just want to point out that I hate it. The NXT Season 1 and 2 theme.
What? Don't do that again. No, we've done that song last.
Absolute dreck. The band split up after that album, and I'm glad. That's their punishment. We have just begun.
Do you remember? We talked about this last week.
Slow it down.
Only a week ago.
We did, but I can't think of anything else, so I thought I'd just rag on them again because it's rotten.
I'll tell you what, though, if you want your wrestling fix on Spotify, I need to recommend. I think I actually saw this on Sport Bible or Sport Joe or something like that. It's that good and comprehensive. 685 songs. Whoa. 41 and a half hours. It's by Dean Pucker and Jack, and I'm sure he's affiliated with Inside the Ropes.
Him, yeah.
I know that, yeah.
He's put it together. It's called the Ultimate WWE Playlist, and it's got r/squared circle in the title for some reason. So I assume it must have got shared on there as well.
Wow.
So go and like that thing on Spotify for all of your wrestling tune needs.
Mm-hmm.
Lovely. Hey up, diddlers. I was once in my local having a pint.
I thought that was just him saying that. I thought it was Maffew.
That's good to shove in there. With Neil Buchanan. After everyone's favourite band, Mercy, has played.
Marseille.
What did I say? Oh, Mercy. That's something different.
Good morning.
Marseille played. He began to tell in depth about how he makes his own pants. At this point, I was pissed as a fart and just thinking, holy poo, I'm sat talking to the fella from Art Attack. So he carried on telling me, and well, my only response was to ask the very important question, did you use BB-8 glue? Well, he looked at me like I just stuck my willy in head. I then walked away and high-fived the nearest stranger, being very proud of my joke.
Is this story true?
I went, don't be blue, Peter.
Yeah.
So my question is, what wrestlers would you put in a modern-day version of Right to Censor?
The question
Also-
has no relevance.
Also, have you ever used PVA glue to make your own pants? Jack from Bolton.
I
Thank
believe
you,
I
Jack.
believe this email because my freshers had a performance from Neil Buchanan and Marseille, and after the gig was over, he stayed in the student union and drank pints with the students. So I believe it. I didn't get
maybe.
near him, like he was mobbed. Mobbed, I tell you.
But
It was Base Hunter who always went around Durham chatting up the young lasses and that.
rock.
Yeah.
Have you ever fixed your own pants? Trousers, I imagine.
I'm not very good at that sort of thing.
Ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I've had a rip or tear on my trousers, I've just left it and thought, well, that's cool, isn't it?
That was the
Yeah.
worst, though. Like, you were playing football at school and then straight up the crotch. Whoop, zip. Oh, terrible.
I never went in for any slideys, so never at risk really there.
Yeah.
What were you
Nah.
going to say, Matthew?
I'm
Have you
honestly
ever
trying
had
to think of entertaining this guy's question, but I can't think of any way.
Wait, what was the question?
Have you ever used PVA glue to make your own pants? Or what wrestlers would you... I forgot about the other bit. What wrestlers would you put in a modern-day version of Right to Censor?
Okay.
Malcolm Bivens would be in there for me.
Yeah, it's a good
Oh,
shout.
he'd be good. Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
We already hate him.
Sami Zayn? No, he's too, like...
Sami Zayn's a good
I think,
one.
yeah, no, he could do... Because he just, like, do stuff he doesn't like. Like, I think Kevin Owens should be censored because I don't like him.
But he's a bit unkempt at the minute, isn't he? He's a bit scruffy. He's not like Stevie Richards was.
Stephen Richards.
Stephen
Please,
Richards,
please,
apologies,
Jack. He
apologies.
hated being
Damn
called that.
white socks.
What? Oh.
I used to love... What was his issue with white socks? Was it just the black trousers? It must have been.
Yeah, I always
Maybe,
got told you're not supposed to wear... If you've got black trousers on and black
Yeah.
shoes, you can't wear white socks.
But Stephen Richards didn't care.
That's why he was a heel. Yeah. So, I think we answered the question there.
Who would be the female in there? Who would be the ivory? We need to work that one out.
Oh, who'd be the ivory?
Natalia?
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, Natalia.
Yeah. Or Lacey Evans could be like a...
Yes.
Well, in the 50s, we wouldn't have allowed this. Or whatever,
Yeah, that's good, yeah.
you know. Central
Oh,
bits
no.
of leg being shown on TV and stuff like that. Yeah. Thank you, Jack. From Bolton. Hello, lovely lads. With WrestleMania right around the corner, bloody hell is it? And because it has been a couple of weeks since you have done a quiz, I've decided to make a quiz about the Showcase of the Immortals. Oh, we got ready for this. So without further ado, Maffew, if you could please hand it off to the catchphrase king, comma, he's typed the word comma and then put a comma. Ross Twiddell, so you and Jack can ball it out with your WrestleMania knowledge.
And
Thanks to the whole
Willie.
Cultaholic gang behind and in front of the camera. That's nice.
That is
Shouts
nice.
out to Dick
Big
Tubman.
shouts to the editors and that, yeah.
And all the content you put out. Colin from Massachusetts.
Thank you, Colin. I lose these quizzes all the time.
Come on.
What noises are you having this week, lads?
Ah,
Oh, after that one question. Yeah.
I'll do the from Greenlight.
Topical, because WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Question 1. Only one WrestleMania main event has been between two wrestlers who went under their real, shoot names. Which wrestlers were they, and which WrestleMania was it? Jack is in there first.
Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania 19.
Correct.
I knew that fact already. There was a bit of an
Big
advantage.
brain on Jack.
Question 2. Which WrestleMania occurred latest in the calendar year? And crucially, this is a multiple choice question. Was it WrestleMania 2? Was it WrestleMania 29? Or was it WrestleMania 34?
Yeah. 29.
Maffew. Incorrect, Jack.
Do I still get a go even though there's one
Of course
less
you do.
option?
He got it wrong.
I'll go for 2.
It was 34.
Okay.
2 was on the 7th of April, 29 was on the 7th of April, and 34 was on the 8th of April. Oh, close there. Only 2 wrestlers have made their pro wrestling debuts at WrestleMania. Who are they? Jack.
Ronda Rousey and Mr. T.
Half a point there.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it Fandango?
Incorrect.
Oh, no.
The other answer down here on this sheet of paper is Lana at WrestleMania 32 in that pre-show.
What about Lawrence Taylor? Did he have a match before that one?
Is he a wrestler?
He was then.
Oh, right, okay.
Ah,
right.
you didn't stick around. The questions, the semantics are key here.
Okay.
Yeah, only 2 wrestlers have made their pro wrestling debuts. I think he's on the right track here. Which state has held WrestleMania the most times? This is multiple choice once again. Is it New York? Is it California? Or is it Florida?
Yeah.
Maffew.
It's going to be New York.
Incorrect.
What? Okay.
Shock. Horror.
I'll have to guess Florida.
It's California.
No way.
New York 4 times, Florida 5 times, California 7.
California 7 times. So
Apparently
it's been in Anaheim, it's been in LA, it's been in San Jose, the 31, wherever it was, near San Francisco.
Hollywood.
Wait, the one that's coming up. Oh no, yeah, that one, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, fair enough then. Fair enough.
I'm sure it's right. Yeah. Who are the oldest and youngest contracted wrestlers to ever wrestle at WrestleMania? And in brackets, no, not Nicholas.
Why not Nicholas?
Not a contracted
He doesn't
wrestler.
like
Okay, right.
You put him out there with no contract. WWE needs a union.
So oldest and youngest contracted wrestlers to ever wrestle at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Maffew?
Youngest is going to be Rene Dupree.
That's not the name written down here.
No. For youngest, I'll go for Randy Orton.
That is not the one that's written down here.
Oldest contract.
Oldest, yeah. I'll give you an age, which will help you along, no doubt. 66 years of age.
Yeah.
Go on.
Vince McMahon.
No.
Ric Flair.
Close. Jimmy Superfly Snooker.
Oh.
I assume it's in that.
God.
Against,
that counts as contract. Wait a minute.
Against Jericho.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Youngest,
Youngest.
written down here was S.A. Rios.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he was a Ben.
20 years.
that would have been 98, right? It was Pantera. No, I'm getting that wrong, aren't I? Was he Pantera?
Yeah, it was something like that. It began with a P.
I thought he was Mr. Aguirre.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute, when was S.A. Rios at WrestleMania?
He was 20 years old, apparently, this one. So how about
Maybe it was a pre-show.
Oh, yeah, Pantera's someone different. Oh, yeah, so who's...
Mr. Aguirre.
Yeah. Put in S.A. Rios WrestleMania, because I can't be bothered. It's obviously search. Here we go. Type his matches in cage match. He is now 43. Make you all feel bad.
That is terrible, isn't it? How young he is.
Oh, no, was it? Yeah, you're right. It wasn't Pantera. What am I talking about? Sorry. Yes, it was. Yeah, you're right then. Yeah, it was at WrestleMania 14.
Against Taka. Okay.
That's right. I'm crap. Go on, Ross.
Question 6. Which wrestler has opened WrestleMania and closed WrestleMania? This is all in capitals, so I'll shout only one time each. Multiple choice once again. Is it Chris Jericho? Is it Big Show? Is it Edge? Or is it Randy Orton?
Chris Jericho.
Correct.
Great.
He opened WrestleMania X7. He closed WrestleMania 18. Which famous wrestling city that has only hosted WrestleMania once had the highest pay-per-view buy rate? It's something everybody knows off the top of their heads, I'm sure. Is it Atlanta? Is it Philadelphia? Or is it Boston?
I'll guess Boston.
Incorrect.
Do you have, the one that wasn't Philly.
It was Philadelphia.
Oh,
WrestleMania
what?
27. WrestleMania 27 was 730,000. Philadelphia WrestleMania 15 was 1.055 million, and then Boston was 800k for WrestleMania 14.
Did they do better buy rates?
Go on, sorry.
Yeah, did they do better buy rates than like 28 and 29? When The Rock was...
Yeah, I thought The Rock...
Wrestling
I was in
Cena.
the impression, the Rock Cena one was
Yeah.
the one with the highest buy rate.
Yeah.
That has only
well.
hosted WrestleMania once, so maybe that's where the question.
Oh, of the ones... right. Okay,
Teasing me.
I've got your back, Colin, don't worry. Question 8. Who is the only wrestler to main event WrestleMania and one of the any incarnations of the annual 4th of January Tokyo Dome show starting in 1991?
So someone who headlined that and headlined WrestleMania.
WrestleMania and the Tokyo Dome show.
Oh, okay.
There's two. Oh, no, it's only one answer, yeah. Go on.
Brock Lesnar.
Correct.
Oh, of course. Wait, which one did he...
Tukon
think-
Shidu, Chapter 1, 2006.
Oh, okay.
Tukon Shidu.
I don't know what you said.
I hope I'm saying
Say
that
it
right.
again.
Toukon, Toucan,
Oh,
Shidou.
Lesnar.
Chapter 1, 2006.
Oh.
Go on, do the next question while I'm checking this. Sorry.
Out of the total 19 unique English commentators that have worked WrestleMania, how many have also worked a match? A bonus, lads, if you can also name them.
A WrestleMania match or just a match?
19 commentators that have worked WrestleMania. How many have also worked a match? So commentators who have also
At
worked
WrestleMania.
a match. At
Oh,
WrestleMania.
God.
There's
So wait.
nine. There's 9 possible answers
Oh,
here.
yay! Michael Cole,
Yeah.
Jerry Lawler, Vince
Yeah.
McMahon,
Yeah.
Jesse Boy didn't do one at WrestleMania. Don't lose it, Maffew. Don't lose it. Roddy Piper?
No.
No.
The question's there. If Jack wants it, we have 3 answers already. We have 6 to go.
Well, I mean, I'm not going
Piper didn't
to...
commentate?
Coachman?
No.
No?
Okay.
Other answers were Heenan, JBL, Taz, Savage, Striker, Otunga.
Okay.
Savage? Oh, WrestleMania 9. Oh, yeah.
Final question. Keep the enthusiasm up, lads. I believe in
Yeah.
you. The ladder match is often a standout. Oh, hang on. The ladder match is often standout match on even the best WrestleMania cards. Who has been in the most WrestleMania ladder matches? In brackets, crucially, any match with a title suspended above the ring. This is a multiple choice affair.
Oh, okay. Given that. Christian?
No.
No.
Oh, wow.
Thought it'd be like the TLC
Wow.
matches and then going into Money in the Bank.
Jeff Hardy.
Incorrect. It's Matt
Oh.
Hardy.
Ah, okay, right, yeah.
If you'd let me finish, it was actually a multiple choice affair. You could have Edge with 4, Christian with 5,
that didn't
Oh, sorry.
Shelton Benjamin with 5, and Matt Hardy with 6.
Okay.
Do you want to do the bonus question? But you both look like you're sick of your lives.
No, I'm having a good time. Yeah.
5 wrestlers have main evented both WWE's WrestleMania and NWA/WCW Starrcade. Name them. So you got 5 wrestlers to name.
Yeah.
Maffew.
Rick. No, I didn't headline WrestleMania. No, I stopped myself. I didn't say it. Kevin Nash. Because he did Starrcade 98 and WrestleMania.
He didn't headline WrestleMania.
He didn't, did he?
The question is passed over to Jack.
You never did.
Okay.
Oh, Maffew, you idiot.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
1.
there we go.
Savage.
2.
WrestleMania 5.
Oh my god, I'm getting nervous now. Big Show.
Incorrect.
No! Which did he not headline a Starrcade ever?
Mustn't have done.
Wow.
No, I wouldn't have done.
Oh, that's a shame. I got
Have a go
2.
at the other names.
I'm trying to think
3
which-
names down.
I'm trying to think which Starrcade Savage headlined. Sorry.
I don't know. I just guessed that he had done one. Who are the other ones going to be?
Go on.
Psycho Sid Vicious,
Okay.
Of course he did, yeah.
Bret Hart,
Oh yeah. Cool.
Roddy Piper.
Right. Roddy Piper.
Oh, yeah.
Was it a sad?
Starrcade 96.
Was it when he was too past it? Yeah.
And
That brings an end to the quiz.
Okay. It was a good quiz. Enjoyed that one.
that's right. Flair had that match with Savage at Starrcade 95, the World Cup. Yeah. Cool. I didn't get any points. Congratulations, Jack.
I've won one.
Absolutely annihilated us. Fantastic. Happy for you.
I mean, I've written the scripts for a lot of our videos, like every Mania and all that. So I did have a bit of an advantage. Yeah.
That's
But,
fine.
you know, I've done like every Mania main event ranked, so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's all good.
It's one of these ones I could possibly do if it's me and a bit of paper and some time to think about it. But
Yeah,
on the spot,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I'm sure people in the comments are going, you're an idiot. I guess this in 3 seconds. I know. I'm that guy who watches the
Yeah,
shows and go, you're stupid. Person on the chase, I knew that. Yeah. But if you have any other super quizzes for Ross, any questions, or any random stories about TV presenters from the 90s, please, 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 for the love of God, send them to mailbag@cultaholic.com. Recess Pieces. Hey lads, I've been following you all for 5 years now. Good God.
Wow.
I appreciate all you've done for me. I'm sure many others, especially over this past year. As it's the road to WrestleMania, I thought it'd be a good idea to build the ultimate WrestleMania card by using previous matches. I was going to say, if the ratings are anything to go on, this will be the ultimate WrestleMania 2021. The Reese's Pieces is to pick which one you prefer over to other. So here we go. Fastest thought first. Go Ross, Jack, and Maffew. Seth versus Miz versus Balor, WrestleMania 34. Or Razor versus Michaels, WrestleMania 10. In the Battle of the IC Championship matches.
10 for me.
The ladder match.
Yeah, it's hard to beat that. WrestleMania 10. US title, Jericho versus Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 33. Or Cesaro versus Neville, NXT 2013.
Oh, Cesaro versus Neville.
Yeah. Was that like around WrestleMania time, or is he just putting in matches from...
I think he's just putting random matches
Okay.
in, isn't he? Just a
Yeah,
build-up.
that
Yeah,
one.
this is before the NXT Super Show. So
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, that one.
Undertaker streak match. Taker versus Punk from WrestleMania 29. Or Taker versus Triple H, WrestleMania 28.
What are you laughing at that for?
Oh, and WrestleMania 27 is the bad one. 28 is the end of the era match. That's right.
That's the Hell in a Cell.
Oh,
Sorry,
I'll go for 29, me. As emotional as the other one was.
Will go for 28 because it's got my favourite near fall of the streak.
Yeah, as good as that is, yeah, it's still Punk. Because I look back at that match now and think, end of an era. That kept on going and going and going and going, didn't it? Women's title match, Bayley versus Sasha from Takeover Brooklyn.
That one.
Mania 35, Ronda versus Becky versus Charlotte.
Yeah, it's Brooklyn.
Yeah, the Sasha and Bailey.
Yeah, as an event, it was fantastic. But as a match, they've had way better elsewhere.
Yeah.
And Ronda was never seen or heard of again after that. Bloody hell. Tag team title match, TLC 2, or the New Day versus the Usos versus Lucha Dragons from TLC 2015.
That's the match where Kalisto goes through the ladder, isn't it? Where he goes.
He does the...
That's the only thing.
what's
It's
it called?
TLC 2. That's Salido del Sol, is it called?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right, thank you.
TLC 2.
Yeah, TLC 2.
It was very good, but TLC 2. I mean, woof.
Woof.
Barn Burner match.
Okay.
That should have an official title in WrestleMania. The Barn Burner match is next. Sami Zayn versus Nakamura, NXT TakeOver Dallas. I should rewatch that. God.
Have you never seen it?
No, I saw it, but I haven't seen it for a few years. Or Angle versus Lesnar, Iron Man match.
Oh, from SmackDown.
SmackDown.
Oh,
I'll go for the second one there. Oof, I love a bit of Iron Man match on SmackDown.
I'll go for the first one because that deserved a smaller length like TV show to really thrive. So I'll go for Zayn Nakamura.
I'll go for Zayn versus Nakamura. Iron Man matches I'm kind of sick of because every match feels like an Iron Man match anyway.
That is a class one though.
Yeah,
that's a
a
really
one.
good.
Piss break match. Jerry Lawler versus Michael Cole, WrestleMania 27, or Kane versus Carly, WrestleMania 23.
I don't remember that.
How long's your piss for the first one?
Mate, you could buy a sandwich, digest it, wait for it, then have a bowel movement, and that match will still be going on.
I'll go for that first one for that reason then, Matthew, so you can have a nice leisurely stroll to the concession stand and not be in a rush.
Yes, I agree. That one. That's a great.
Remember,
Reason.
we only went to the bogs at WrestleMania 32. I forget who I was with, but I think it was certainly with Sam. And then the Rock's music started hitting and everyone turned around and ran back to the seats.
I did that, but I'm sure Sam was with me as well. Was it all three of us?
I think it must have been.
Yeah, we were walking to the toilet because it was like the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. And we were like, walking to the toilet, and then it's like, if you smell, and everybody in front just turns around and we're like, oh my god, it was insane. It was really fun though.
Ah, it's Dwayne.
Yeah, we were like children.
Yeah.
Eee! God.
I'll go Kane versus Carly because the battle of the Hall of Famers. WWE Championship match, The Rock versus Austin, Mania 17. This is going to be hard to beat, mate. Or CM Punk versus Cena, Money in the Bank 2011. Ooh, all right,
you
fair enough.
filthy slag. I'll go for 17. 17 for me.
I'll go for Money in the Bank 2011 because it's maybe my favourite match. I'm not sure.
I have to beat you, Rock. I have to beat you like you can't understand. Yeah, it's going to be just one
Fair enough.
more. Anyway, thank you again so much for your great content. This is my first time writing in. I didn't know whether this had been done before. All the best, George. Thank you, George.
Yeah,
Much
thanks
appreciate
very
all the
much.
best to you too. And if you have any Reese's Pieces for us, send them to the same place as the other crap you send us. Mailbag@cultaholic.com.
We appreciate your emails. Thank you very much, everybody.
We certainly do. Thank you very much.
It's Cultaholics.
Big question. I'm the dandy highwayman that you're too scared to mention. I spend my cash on looking flash and catching your attention.
Don't smoke and don't do drugs. Are we doing Adamant references?
Yeah. Because it's time, Maffew. What is it next week?
It's time for me to stub my toe and go, yeah. NXT TakeOver. Stand and deliver.
And deliver. Sorry, I'll now let you do your typical opening to the last segment of the show.
Yeah, we have to do
the
opening. Or people go, I wanted Maffew to say, Yeah, see, there you go. What a lovely podcast.
Thank God, it's done.
I thought you were going to say this for it.
It was like a compulsive. There was like a compulsion in me to hear
Should we do it
it
at the same time?
No, it's fine. Just to hear
You sure?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the boyhood dream, though, isn't it? A three-way.
1, 2, 3.
What
a lovely podcast. And yes, next week, I'm not sure if anyone's told you, but there's a lot of wrestling. Before the 2-day WrestleMania, there's going to be NXT TakeOver.
Is it on It's Wednesday and Thursday, is it?
Aye,
Or is it
Wednesday
Tuesday and
you
Wednesday?
stand,
Yeah.
and on Thursday you deliver.
Yeah.
I guess that's the idea there with the crazy name. And let's run down what we think the best match or event is going to be during those 2 days. Because, of course, we're going to know NXT UK, like the rest of wrestling.
Before we do, there is a match on here that Maffew will immediately identify as the best match of the
I can already see it. Oh, here we go.
Didn't realize you were such a big fan of Escobar.
Hey.
Aha.
Pete Dunne versus Kushida in a singles match.
That'll be a good match. That'll be good. Yeah.
MSK, who presumably uninjured by this point, will take on versus Legado del Fantasma, Rowling.
I am.
Boss that la.
That's a good match as well. Fun fact: whenever they're brought up in NXT in the recap, I always write in Matthew's notes Escobar's boys because I'm scared about him pronouncing Legado del Fantasma. Have you ever noticed this? But like since they started, I've called them Escobar's boys, and you just read it every time. You're like Escobar's boys. I'm like, yes, it's worked. Yeah.
They call themselves Escobar's boys. Well, Escobar does. The others are like, no, we don't like that name. Or Al Mendoza, could do Mendoza because they're Simpsons, and Joaquin Wild.
Yes.
So I got him on Facebook, so I know how to say his name.
Nice.
That's how it works. Because I don't dare mispronounce his name. Then, yes, the match you talked about before, Jack, the 6-man gauntlet, eliminate the match to determine the number 1 contender for the NXT Northern American Championship on night 2. TNA. Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Bronson Reed versus Cameron Grimes versus Dexter Lumis versus LA Knight, who was in TNA. Oh,
I think that it's got enough fun characters in to be a fun match, but it could drag.
5 stars.
Eliminator can, But variety is a spice of life and something NXT needs, so I'm all for that. Be funny when LA Knight wins, though.
Loomis has got it in the bag.
It says here the main event is Io Shirai versus Raquel Gonzalez for the NXT Women's Championship, and I'm sure that's going to be a barn burner, as they say, a slobber knocker. But, I mean, someone needs to just change the Wikipedia thing for NXT because the main event is called Volta versus Tommaso Ciampa for the NXT United Kingdom title.
That's going to be a class match, isn't it?
Yeah.
You'd hope.
What are we reckoning? We're reckoning then Thatcher and the crew are going to come out and help Volta win.
Every time someone says Thatcher, I think Margaret. Like Maggie. Maggie Thatcher comes out. It's just like, I'm now privatising this belt. It doesn't belong to me. Oh, dear me.
One spot I want to see in that match is Volta. Beg me pardon, Maffew. I'm very sorry. Volta chopping the top of Ciampa's head. Imagine the noise that would make.
I hope he hasn't kept growing his hair back. You want it smoothly shaven for that spot.
There's none there, right on the top, though, isn't he? He's got like the
true.
A more severe shearer going on.
So he does that, and then what? He turns Adam Cole size.
It's like he's lost. It's like he's been hit once in Mario, and he shrinks down a little.
Yeah, that forever now.
I'll get you to attack my shin.
I'm looking forward, on a serious note, to the spot where, like, Ciampa's firing up because he's really good at slapping people. I remember that he had a match with Gargano before their feud in 205 in the Cruiserweight Classic, and he slapped him really hard. And I remember thinking, oh, he's got a good slap. Can't wait for him to start slapping Walter, and then Walter just to go boosh. It's going to be good.
Slapping daft. So, it's a hard one. At night 2, let's see what we've got. Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart versus The Way. I was waiting for Jack to do his little...
You know what we should do? We should make a competition out of this. It's like we should pick one for night 1, and then pick one for night 2, and then pick an overall.
Okay. It's not going to change Matthews, but...
Okay, well, you know what I'm going for. Any variation there, Jack?
No, I'm also going to go for Chandler and
okay,
Walter,
great.
actually.
And Ross?
I'll go for the tag team affair, because if there's one thing NXT do well, it's an opening match tag team thing, isn't it?
That could be a very good match, to be fair.
They do, according to this, Donna versus Kushida's opening, but hey,
I don't think
it doesn't matter.
I don't think it's in the right. Yeah, it probably isn't in the right order.
But yeah, no, you are right, Ross. So then Ember Moon and take on The Way for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championship.
That'll be good, probably.
Yeah. I like Shotzi.
Yeah.
I see her WrestleMania entrance.
Oh, 2 tanks.
Call it WrestleMania entrances. NXT TakeOver WrestleMania weekend entrance.
1 tank each.
Where is it in the
tank on top of another tank?
It's not in a special building, is it? It's just in the CWC.
I have a check, but I'm assuming it's just.
It is taking place at the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Okay. CWC.
Yeah, CWC. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly in an unsanctioned match.
Oh,
Ructions.
I'm going to enjoy that match, and then Maffew isn't, and we're going to have a falling out about the match.
I don't know. Kyle O'Reilly in a singles match. It's been a while since we've seen one.
Yeah, true.
Like the last one was Kyle O'Reilly versus Finn Balor, and I love that. So I don't know if Kyle O'Reilly can get Adam Cole out of the wrestling like every match is a Gargano match. Be good to see.
I feel like this match has happened at a Wrestle Kingdom before, which sounds bizarre, but I think it has for the Ring of Honor belt. Anyway.
Good times. Then, when we get that question again, which matches have happened at NXT TakeOver that happened at New Japan, you can go, bzzz, you go, Cole versus O'Reilly.
Yeah.
And beat me by about 11-0. Close to 10-0 this week. Johnny Gargano versus Gauntlet Eliminator, the NXT North American Championship. That's fine.
It depends who it is, doesn't it?
Yeah. And then Jordan Devlin, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, versus Santos Escobar, the interim NXT Cruiserweight Champion. The ladder match determined who is the NXT title holder, because Devlin is the champion still because COVID prevented him from defending it, but he never lost it. And now Santos is like, haha, I won the tournament.
It's not...
That's it, isn't it?
Devlin's really angry at Escobar, and it's not Escobar's fault. It's WWE's fault for making the situation unclear. If they hadn't wanted this situation to arise, they should never have created an interim belt.
If anything, Jordan Devlin should be happy because he could have been Sami Zayn.
Exactly.
So count yourself lucky, Bonnie lad.
I think it'll be a good match, but I feel like the show doesn't need the ladder. Like Maffew was probably right when he said the Shawn Michaels bit was silly on last week's NXT.
And it's also funny because that match happened. The original WrestleMania 10 ladder match happened because Shawn Michaels failed a drug test, a steroid test, and hilariously, I think still his defense this day is wasn't on steroids. Wasn't. Still this day, it's just I wasn't. I was on everything else, but I wasn't on steroids. And so I went, no, sod it, I'm going home.
Fair enough.
And it's good that he's like, hey, you know that match I had because I failed the piss test? We're doing it again. Anyway, yeah. And then Finn Balor versus Karrion Kross.
I'm not hyped for this one, Don't know why.
Well, it feels like Lashley Drew, where the two guys don't want to be stars, but they haven't really done that thing where there's heat between them.
I hope Kross flattens him, me. I don't know what it is. I hope he flattens him. I'll love it.
I think Balor's been so good as NXT champ.
Oh, yeah. He's a great lad and everything. He's
a great lad.
He's a great lad down the pub.
He's a bonny lad.
He's a bonny lad. But sometimes you just come up against a big man. Oh, dear man.
This segment, unlike NXT TakeOver, is not delivering.
It's good. It's good.
Shall we at least stand up to make it sort of half right?
Yes. We're adamant that this is going to deliver.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it'd be. So I'll be interested to see how that works. Is this Karrion Kross's first match? No, it's not right, is it?
No,
he has
he's
one.
yeah.
Oh. Cool.
So he had a tag match with Balor. when Danny Burch
and then did something happen and the accidentally hit one another and like, oh no, SpaghettiOs. I didn't want that to happen. Oh, great. NXT sucks. So this will be interesting. I'll be watching these. No, I'm joke. I kid. This will be the takeovers are better than watching
Do you know what?
the weekly show.
Night 1, the lineup is insane. I think Night 1 could be an incredible show. And Night 2 as well, to be fair. But Night 1 looks sick.
So you think's best? Sorry, what's the best match at Night 2, Jack?
I'm going to go for O'Reilly and Cole.
I agree with thee.
I want to say that Balor versus Cross.
Fair enough. Now we need to
go down one further.
Yeah.
So we've got night 1's winner was Ciampa and Volta, and we've got Night 2's winner, which was Cole and O'Reilly. I'm going to go for Cole and O'Reilly, Maffew. I'm going to get in there first, Jack. I'm just going to tell you straight, Maffew. Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly will be the best match I've had a BME over the 2 nights.
How was the beer, by the way?
Oh, it was absolutely stupendous.
Nice.
A stupendous confectionery. And I've got 5 more down there. That's the beauty of it all.
I don't know, Ross. They look nice, but they look like they taste vile to me.
Thank you, Vile, for sending this to Ross Shagmaster.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah.
The overall winner.
You know what? Right? Can I shock you? I think that...
I love wine.
I'm going to go for Ciampa Volta because I think there's a slight risk of O'Reilly and Cole getting too dramatic, too amateur theatrics, whereas you know what Ciampa Volta is going to be and the chances are it's going to deliver. So I'm going Ciampa Volta.
And Maffew will be standing.
Wait a minute, I'm having a look. I thought there was an NXT UK takeover event.
The Prelude, that's what it's called, isn't it?
I'm looking at NXT UK takeover on Wikipedia, and it's not there.
It's called the Prelude.
The Prelude, that's why.
Oh, because it's not a take. Oh, that's a bit pedantic, isn't it? NXT UK. How dare you make me type? Let's have a quick look and see what it says.
There's no Wikipedia for it. What?
It's nothing on Wikipedia. Does it exist?
Has it been cancelled?
I don't know.
Do people know what's happening? Have we just scooped something? The first thing that comes up is the WWE.com link. That never happens.
It's scheduled for the same day as Night 2.
NXT UK.
How's that?
Thursday, April 8th. What? Oh, you're right. I thought the idea was it was going to be
Me too.
Tuesday. Because it's a prelude.
Yeah. What?
Oh, it's actually airing? That's a horrible idea.
Hang on.
I hope we all not. Oh my God, no one cares.
Tyler Bate versus Noam Dar. No Pinky, no Pie. The lads. What? Can't miss that.
Hang on. You type in NXT Prelude on Twitter, and there's a few here.
I'll put NXT UK.
See, I put in NXT UK. People are asking what's happened to NXT UK. There's a Twitter account here. Living for Ziggler is the hashtag there. The handle there. What happened to NXT UK Prelude? It was supposed to air on the 8th of April, but that's the second night of NXT Stand and Deliver.
Wait, what? Sorry?
They're not going head to head with each other, are they?
I think it's just been cancelled, lads.
But...
Wow. No one knows right now. As the timing of this podcast, no one knows.
March the 28th, NXT UK put hashtag NXT UK Prelude Volta versus Rampage Brown. Yeah. That was the 28th of March.
But Volta's on this... Volta's... on the
Let's go on WWE.com. That's the place to find out.
Is it?
Shows.
Is it
I never have to look at WWE.com to find out information about WWE shows ever.
NXT UK.
I'm on NXT UK's Twitter account, and they're just promoting Walter and Devlin's matches. So the stand and deliver matches, but there's no mention of the prelude.
There's a video here. European Legends break down Volta versus Rampage Brown, which is a video I need to see, because who are the European Legends?
Dirtbike Kid, UK Undertaker.
I don't think it's on.
Iceman.
There's no mention of it.
The Flatliners could tell both of them.
There's no mention of it. There's no mention of it at all.
Not on WWE.com.
My word.
That's so weird. Oh, I really know what's happened. They've looked and gone, wait, that's a lot of shows for WrestleMania. Let's get rid of one.
Can we find out, lads?
It's a great way to end this podcast, by the way.
Just abject confusion.
What has happened to NXT UK? Has it been cancelled? Rescheduled?
Will the boys ever do a podcast under 3 hours?
Has it been taken by the 1973 Denver Broncos?
Yeah, we're doing the South Officer Bar Brady. Oh, man. Who the hell put Kyle in charge?
Dave Taylor. Dave Taylor's appeared in this video.
Oh,
Good
Finley, Regal, and Brookside are the ones.
okay.
And they're all asked, do you know what it is?
Well, this video is still on the homepage or the NXT UK homepage on WWE.com.
Okay.
So,
Maybe it is
but
still happening.
that is the only reference to it, though. There's no like. Oh, there you go. NXT UK Prelude set to take place on the 8th of April.
Right.
What would WrestleMania week be without sports entertainment fastest growing brand? I would argue the same, NXT UK. The superstars of NXT UK will take centre stage for NXT UK Prelude on Thursday, April the 8th, streaming exclusively on Peacock in the US on a network elsewhere. What we already know is that Tyler Bate will clash with Noam Dar at NXT UK Prelude to determine the number one contender for A-Kids Heritage Cup Championship, as announced by Johnny Saint. What else will be in store for this can't miss event? ? That is the end of the preview.
Oh, they're asking us.
Walter versus Rampage, right? No?
Yeah, that'll be it, the 2 matches.
But he's got to be in America the next night, so I don't think it is. They've realised.
Private jet.
Yeah.
Ringkampf Airways.
Who will lose a bet at Cultaholic and be forced to review NXT UK Prelude? Will it be Andrew, Jack the Jobber,
What?
Owen,
I can't breathe.
Tom Campbell dressed as Adam the Ant?
Oh, man. That's a good ending to the show.
Well, we've got nothing. We've just blown away the news about NXT UK Prelude. What else do you want from us? We don't know, so you have to tune in next week for more ramblings. That's pretty much it, isn't it? Ramblings, wrestling, and what happened at the events that we just talked about. Ross, what have you got to fill the gap between now and next week for the listeners?
2 straight to hells. One with Mark Goldbridge, which went live on Wednesday. That beer has hit me like a train for some reason. Another one with Gable Stevenson, who is the guy who won the NCAA Division 1 thingy. He's basically the second Brock Lesnar. He's going to be doing all kinds of thing in wrestling very, very soon indeed. He's also going to be in the Olympics, I think. He was at the trials this week, and I assume you get in there because he seems to be very, very good. There's straight to hell coming with him as well. A tier list with myself and Adam Pacini doing the special 25 special WrestleMania entrances, because we did them all. We'll be here until WrestleMania 38, so that's all I've got coming up soon.
Beautiful. Jack?
I don't know if the Football Manager Twitch stream is on next week with me and Owen, because obviously it's very busy and we don't know when we'll be awake and asleep and what we'll be doing when. So I'm not going to say anything about that yet. But I did do an article on Andrade, which is up on the website if you haven't seen it this week, about his exit and why NXT wastes the potential of so many talented stars. Maffew, what have you got?
Thank you for doing that daytime TV voice at the end. I have the stream of Silent Hill Part 3. It's...
Ooh.
Mate, I have had so much fun talking to the...
Is that the one where you play as the teenage girl?
No.
Okay, is that 4? Okay.
Yes. Oh, sorry. I mean, it's the third part of my Silent Hill. What I raised, I was said that.
Oh,
Yeah, sorry.
right.
Silent Hill Part 3. It's like, what are you on about? Yeah, beg your pardon. But so far, I've gotten nowhere with the game because all we've been doing is telling crap jokes in the chat. I've loved it. I've loved it more than anybody else. And there'll be, I want to say there'll be a guest appearance, but I've got a video of someone. So that's all I'm going to say. Ooh. And yeah, that look forward to. But for now, I remind you that you can go to patreon.com/Cultaholic to nominate one of the fabulous Hall of Fame picks, mine please, or send us your lovely thoughts at mailbag@cultaholic.com. But for now, we will leave you the same way that Andrade left WWE and go, adios! No, sorry. You'll put your hand towards the camera and go, 1, 2, 3, join us.
Join us!